Crisis averted. Good morning, everybody. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. Oh, my God. Let me take one deep breath.
Go ahead.
Now, the litany of Dodger fans that are listening, they're going to think this is about them because that's what they do. It's not. It's not about you. The crisis that was averted was not the Blue Jays winning the game last night, which they did, by the way. Congratulations to the Toronto Blue Jays for an incredible game last night. Series is tied. No, this is personal. Let me introduce the show. I'm Woodsy. Paul Reindl's our executive producer. Good morning, Paulie. How are you?
Hey, how are you?
I'm great. Great now. Better now. Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor. How are you, Benjamin?
I'm good. How's my early rising co-host over there?
I got to tell you guys in the listening audience how I know, and I told my wife this as I was hauling ass out the door this morning. You know how you have a good pair of partners that you work with? I said, let me tell you about these dudes. I woke up late today for maybe the first time ever. Maybe. This is the latest I've ever been into the studio.
We're both shocked.
I just got here.
Normally you can't sleep at all, and sometimes you're here 3 hours before the show even starts.
My internal clock is maybe the best in the world.
Like, even
maybe.
with the Ambien that you pound.
Oh,
like
yeah.
That, like, sleeping aids scare me sometimes.
Right.
Even when I'm exhausted or I know I need it.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, but I wake up early. I'm not going to get, like, the full 8 hours.
Right.
So I'm like, am I going to wake up groggy? Am I going to oversleep? Like, it gives me anxiety even thinking about taking sleeping medication.
We're 50. Well, I'm almost 50. You're 50.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go to the bathroom at some point. There's just there's no way you're going to make it all the way to sleeping in without having to get up at least once, right?
My internal clock is honestly, it's the best I've ever seen of anyone I know. Even in Arizona, when we tied it on pretty good the first night we were there. I was up at 5 o'clock. I mean, just like 4:20, no problem. Like, just wake up, was like, oh, I can go back to sleep. This morning was not such the case, but let me praise my co-hosts here. Texted the fellas at 5:13 from bed, mind you. 5:13.
I was getting out of my car here thinking you're probably, up in the studio like you always are when I arrive.
5:13 a.m. from bed. First people I texted were you guys. I go, oh, my God. I just woke up. I'm hauling ass to get ready. Ben writes back, don't stress. It'll be fine. Paul writes back, all good, G. And I thought to myself, that's how you friend. That's how you partner right there. So thank you guys for number one. Immediately put me at ease. Immediately. My Hannah said, let me go make your coffee. I said, I'm going to jump in the shower real quick. I cannot do the show without a shower. I got to wake up. So jumped in the shower. And I got here and had 5 minutes to spare. I don't know how people live this way. There are people that live this way every day of their lives. Right. Every day of their lives. They're running into work, like, oh, I forgot my suitcase. Like, every day. They're in airports. You see them in airports. Oh my God, I missed my flight. I overslept. My buddy Aussie Tony missed his flight entirely. Like, how do you do this? I don't understand it. And so there are people that live this way every MFing day of their life, everywhere they go. Oh, I can't do it. I cannot do it. It's not in my DNA. So I did make it. But yeah.
What happened though?
Oh, let me tell you this.
We're dying. You haven't told us yet. We have no idea.
So
you guys got 2 early risers in your house and kids and pets. It's almost feels impossible that you could sleep in hours late.
It does. And that for me is damn near an hour late. An hour past when I usually get up.
Like, I could only, exactly. You wake up on average, 3:30, 4 o'clock?
About 4 o'clock.
Somewhere right in that window. Your wife usually gets up even earlier than you.
My wife gets up at 1.
And I'm like, all right, okay, 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock. I'm like, how do you sleep in until 5:15? I'm like, well, the only logical explanation is like you woke up at like 3 o'clock and just made passionate love to Hannah, and you guys just fell asleep in each other's arms.
Yeah.
And just slept right through the alarm clocks.
That definitely happened in a fantasy of 3 o'clock in the morning, and we just couldn't keep our hands off each other. No, it's not what happened. I didn't set my phone alarm last night, which, by the way, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I don't. because I know
terrifying to me.
I know who I've got with me. So my wife gets up at 1. Lately, it's getting a little cooler, right? It's a little cooler in the morning. So she's in her full sweatsuit, her burlap robe, and a heater blanket on top. So she's been actually kind of sleeping in later. So she can get out of bed maybe 2:33 now. I'm laying next to her. Taylor gets up. He's had a nightmare. He gets in bed, and she's cuddling him and me, and we're all smushed together like a little sandwich. Then the kitten comes up, and we had a kitten a couple months ago, Gatorade, as you know. He gets up and he starts cuddling with us. So now we've got me, Hannah, Gatorade, and Taylor. The only one missing is Bo. He sleeps like a log. So he's in his own bed. We're all snuggled in, cozy, warm. And I think Hannah came back in, was tending to Taylor, got in, snuggled up. And next thing you know, I'm laying there. I'm like, oh, my God, I've never been this cozy or happy. I look over and I grab the phone. I go, oh, my God. And it goes, oh, my God. She fell asleep, too.
Oh, man.
So she got out of bed, got back in bed. The kids came in bed. The cat came in bed. And we just had a nice little snuggle sandwich. So nobody wanted to get out of bed. And I think, and when I don't.
So were you the first one to wake up?
I was the first one to wake up,
you're
dude.
just like,
I was in a panic.
Taylor, get out of the way.
Hannah ran in.
Gatorade.
She ran in and I'll make your coffee. I was like, thank you. It was.
I will say I am
Hold on, I'm
impressed.
sweating.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
I am impressed. 5:13, you said
Yeah.
you texted us.
Shower?
You said you were still in bed
Yeah.
when you texted us.
In
Like
bed.
I was walking down to my garage. Ben was here. 5:13, and I go, I don't think there's like logistically enough time. Like you're not making it before 6.
I didn't think so either.
Traffic, the drive. I know
There
where.
was
I know how far
traffic,
it was.
dude. There
I'm
is
like,
traffic this morning. Like it was like normal. I was like, this sucks.
you
dude.
went from bed to studio in 40 minutes.
Yeah.
That's
pretty impressive.
And didn't
impressive.
break a single traffic law on the way here, I'm sure.
I actually didn't.
65 or 64, maybe the entire way.
It was probably like 85, but I made it and didn't hurt anybody. But again, my overarching point here is that how do people live this way? I honestly can't wrap my head around that there are people, and I've known them in my life, that I've worked with radio people that would be like, the music's on, and then they come and like, oh, sorry, dude. I'm like, you're going to kill me. You're going to put me in the grave. We now have to do a 4-hour show. We haven't spoken about it yet. You just walked in the door. And I don't know how people do it, man.
I will admit that I secretly appreciate those people because they make me feel
steadier.
a lot. Steadier,
More
more
dependable.
put together, dependable.
No doubt.
The people who scramble at the last minute to everything. And we all have those friends who are always running late. Always.
Anybody worse, Ben, than your golfer friend?
oh,
Was running up to the tee time at the last second.
Son of a bitch.
Like,
I'm almost there. I'm like, we are on the
Didn't show up
tee-box.
45 minutes early, hit a little bucket of
Yeah,
balls.
have a little breakfast sandwich.
Oh, just go ahead and start without me. I'll meet you guys on the ferry.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
I'll get a ride from the marshal.
Who are you?
I'll meet you
I
on the.
hate you.
Who are
I hate
you?
you. Who are you? You've ruined my round because you can't make a 11:15 tee time on a Sunday. It's 11:15, dude. 11:15. You couldn't make it? There's nobody worse than late golf buddy. And I mean no one. Because they try to run that thing like a tight ship. Hey, we are out at 4 on the nose. Let's go. Here we go. And you're like, okay, we're teeing. Shut up, dude. We're teeing off right now. And your buddy's like 6 minutes away, dude. And then you see him in the parking lot putting his shoes on. You're like, you suck, man. I don't want to play with you anymore. Ever again. You've ruined everyone's round.
We had a few adult league games like when you were out of town where I was managing.
It's the worst.
And I'm talking like my 4-hole hitter in the lineup is like, hey, I'm on my way. I'm like, I just gave the lineups to the umpire. You're batting 4th. Get your ass over here.
The show and go baseball guys and the show and go golf guys they will be the death of me. The two things I like doing recreationally. We have those dudes. And look, some of them are like, hey, man, I just came straight from work. I haven't even slept. I'm like, I get it. But then there's some guys I'm like, why do you smell like a bottle of gin and you can't be here 15 minutes before, and then where does the first ball of the game go? Goes right to them. They boot it. What happens in their first AB? They roll it over. What happens in golf? The guy's got to catch you on the second or third hole, ruining everybody's game. There are people that live this way.
Shanks
all
that
the time.
first drive
Shanks the first
out of
drive.
bounds.
Got to go find it.
Hey, you guys mind?
I
just got
it.
another one. I'll kill you. I will kill you dead. I'll kill you dead.
You guys cool? I'll just put another one.
But man, it was. I'm telling you, I was so cozy. I'm lucky I got up at 5:13. It was the coziest I've been in years.
Now,
I've been there.
To be fair, there are certain jobs where, it doesn't necessarily matter if you
True.
work from 8 to 5 or 9 to 6 or what. You just get there, you do your work, you leave. We aren't in one of those jobs. Our jobs are always specifically timed to the second.
Minutes and seconds, man. My whole
minutes
life.
and seconds. Radio, television. When they tell me you're on at 6:22 and 30 seconds,
You're
I
on.
know exactly when I'm going to be on. I better be out in the studio 5 minutes early, get my microphone on and everything. You're ready to go. This show starts at 6 o'clock on the dot. It doesn't start at 6:01. It doesn't start at 6:03. 6 o'clock on the dot every single day.
Yeah, our whole lives really are minutes and seconds, and it's trained my brain to think that way. I was talking to one of the dudes on my baseball team. He got recruited to play at, I think it was Oregon, University of Oregon, many years ago. He's 35 now. So this is 17, 18 years ago when he was a kid. He goes, I missed my, I showed up late to my first college game.
Oh.
I go, what? He goes, yeah, first time I've ever been away from home, first time I've ever been at a college party, and first time I've ever seen that many scantily clad, intoxicated women at a party. He goes, I didn't know what to do with myself. He goes, I did, actually. I knew exactly what to do with myself. He goes, first game of my college career, no call, no show till like the fourth inning. And the thought of it, 17 years, it made me sick.
But the coach was really happy.
Furious. Absolutely furious. He ended up transferring out. But I go, well, no wonder you transferred out. But I thought to myself, man, could you imagine? Like all that, you go through all that rigmarole, you pick your school, you go through spring practice or whatever. First game's here, and you're like, I'm going to go to this party for a while. And next thing you know, you wake up, you're like, don't know you, but I have a game, and it's already started. And you're running in, like putting your cup on.
The only example I can remember in my life was because I feel a little bit seen in this segment here because I don't think I'm not late guy, really ever.
No.
I'm with you guys. Everything's minutes and seconds. But I am a procrastinator. I have always been a procrastinator.
Too.
Whether it's school, work, whatever. Something's due on Friday, I'll get to it on Thursday afternoon.
Dude, same.
Like,
yeah, my whole life.
It doesn't matter. You give me 3 months to work on something.
Same. Day
I
before.
know how long it will take me, whether it takes a week or a night or whatever.
Paulie
I know
and
exactly how long it will take, and I'm going to wait until the end.
Paulie and I will start planning the extravaganza, the Christmas and holiday extravaganza the day before. Pretty much. We will be putting all, it's not just finishing touches. It's like, let's get this thing done.
I think we pull it off pretty well.
We do. We do. It's some people operate better under pressure. I think I'm one of them. But, man, when it comes to getting up, I like to be in my seat, an hour before the bell rings.
But, dude, like 11 years ago now, I was like 24. I had a job interview, and I was almost late because I was probably 23, 24. I'd been in San Diego 5-6 years at this point, but I went to San Diego State. I didn't have a car for the first year, figuring everything out. I never really made it north of like the 52.
Of course.
Like I lived in La Mesa. I lived on campus.
Your little bubble.
It was Mission Valley, the beach, and that was pretty much it. Downtown every once in a while, North Park every once in a while. But like I never really went north. And the interview was at the old radio station.
Yeah.
Mira Mesa Boulevard.
Yep.
Carroll Canyon. I did not know what like 805 traffic was.
Right.
I didn't grow up here.
Right.
And I never operated in normal rush hour times. I was never going northbound on the 805.
Never.
So I gave myself, I left the La Mesa, El Cajon, Fletcher Hills area. I gave myself 30 minutes to get there. Or I planned on getting there about 15 to 20 minutes early for my interview. And I realized, oh my God.
I'm dead.
It's like 8:20 on a weekday on the 805.
Your toes.
Gridlock.
Yeah.
I mean, a parking lot.
You're weaving through on the shoulder.
I don't even have a number for somebody to be like, I'm so sorry. I'm
5
on
minutes
my way.
late, yeah.
Like nothing. I was so freaked out. Showed up probably 5 minutes late. got the job.
It was but it was like his.
Still here.
That's usually a non-starter. You show up late for the interview.
For me, you're out.
Really, that's pretty much you're done.
Is that right?
Well,
our very first meeting with Adam Klug at Starbucks, you weren't 5 minutes late. You were like
an hour.
And I went to the wrong Starbucks.
I was like, this is my guy. These are the guys that I've been over. These guys, I mean, they're literally taking slings and arrows for.
We had never met him.
Hey, is this guy coming or what? Like, I thought he was.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
He should be here any minute, and we're like,
any second. Any second.
30 minutes later, he's still not there.
But we didn't bust his balls too bad about it. Just like he didn't bust mine too bad this morning. But it was a horrible feeling. It's a horrible feeling. I'm going to double pump the alarm tomorrow and make sure Hannah's got her set. I mean, Do you
get the like sleeping in nightmares or like the I'm late or I forgot something nightmares? Those are panic inducing.
The only nightmare that's recurring in my life is that I didn't graduate college. And I've told this before, but I've had to walk, like when I lived in our condo, I had to walk downstairs at 1:00 in the morning, dig into a box and pull out my diploma to see it and go, okay, that was BS. This is official document from Loyola University. Bachelor of Arts in English, Stephen Woods. That's my name. Here's the date. Okay. Back in the box it goes. And that's the only one that I missed a class that I get a call and they're like, hey, bud, you failed. You're out. And I'm like, and it's the only, and I'm years out of college.
I'd cram all week for a final. And then the night before, like have a dream where I just completely overslept, missed the class entirely, failed, dropped it, everything. Like
so terrible.
The irony is
all the time.
If you found out today you actually didn't graduate, it wouldn't affect your life whatsoever.
No one would care
at all.
Not even a little bit, man. Not even a little bit. Eric said being late is my worst nightmare. Just talking about this is giving me anxiety. I know. So we're here. We did it. You guys are awesome. I mean, again, just a testament to the people that I work with, right? Like getting that text back from them was, it just solidified what this show is and has been since we've started. And,
I guess ultimately, like that was my legitimate natural reaction. It was all good.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Ben, I'm sure the same way. But like,
if I was like, "Hey, I'm not coming in," that's a different reaction. At 5:13, I'm not going to make it.
I'll explain later. I promise. Or something.
Yeah.
But like, other than that, it's like if you text us, you're like, "I'm so sorry, I slept in. Oh my god, I'll be there as soon as I can." Like, what else are we gonna say?
Right.
Like,
you need to take this more seriously, Woodsy.
F you, buddy.
Yeah.
Don't even bother.
Now, Dub J nails it. He says, late guy walking up with a Starbucks in their hand. If you walked up late, but had time to stop
fresh
for
breakfast,
for your coffee and your breakfast. That is the worst. Like, oh, really? You had time for that?
Yeah. It was, and again, the game ended last night. I was tweeting about it. Game ended at like 8:08, and I'm like, we were in the third inning last night. This is great because the night before, with me, I don't know about you guys, like how your schedules are, but once I get the kids down and stuff, and usually my wife falls right asleep, so I got a couple hours to scroll and post on Twitter, and it's kind of my time. I watch a documentary or I'll read a book or whatever. The night before, with that long ass game, I was like, all right, now you guys are cutting into my time. You're really cutting into my time. It's a great game. And I ended up sleeping through the last couple of innings. Last night's game was like, you looked up, it was over. It was 8:08 when it was done. And I'm like, oh, I've got all this time. And it was nice because it was like, okay, everyone's asleep. Kids are down. No one's getting out of bed. Hannah's dead asleep.
You also felt like that game was kind of in hand in like the 6th, 7th inning.
Yeah, you felt like in pretty good shape. It wasn't stressful at all.
Yeah.
And so I put on a documentary I hadn't watched in a long time. It was the Black Crows Behind the Music. I don't know why, but I wanted to watch it, and I fell asleep to that. Like had a good night's sleep, and it was just I think it was the snuggles, man. I think it was the snuggles. I do
wonder if the game the night before affected you and a lot of people.
I think it probably did.
Having to stay up to try to watch the end of that game kind of impacted you the rest of the day, even into your sleep the next night. I thought that when you texted, like, yeah, we were all a little extra tired yesterday during the show. I mean, we all felt a little more tired than usual after staying up for that game. And hey, you watched that game last night. It's possible that the Dodgers looked a little more tired than usual. Blue Jays did a nice job overcoming that.
Think about what they did last night. Think about what they did after what time did it end in LA? Like
11:50 was the, but when are they back at their hotel?
3?
Yeah, 2 a.m, probably something like that.
Then back at the stadium today, probably
2 in the afternoon. Yeah. It's a 5 o'clock game. So probably noon to 1.
Wired when they get home, bummed, exhausted, bummed, all of it, and disappointed. And then you lay in bed, you get in your hotel bed and you go, oh, cool. Shohei Ohtani's on the bump tomorrow. Excellent.
In a few hours.
I got to go face Shohei Ohtani and his disgusting repertoire of pitches. And luckily they didn't hear the broadcast, because if the broadcast was being pumped in over the loudspeakers, they never would have won. They would have thought to themselves, we have to beat an actual superhero. And had they not heard, the good thing is they didn't hear the broadcast. They were able to just go out and play baseball. And we'll get into that game. Certainly, that was really, really something, man. But yeah, it was a weird start to the morning for your old pal Woodsy.
We will talk about it coming up next. Game 4 of the World Series. It's guaranteed now to go at least 6 and head back to Toronto. And who knows? We may get a full 7-game World Series this year. We'll get to that coming up. We'll set the menu for the program. There is some Padres managerial news to get to as well. If you haven't heard it, we'll break that down. I'll let you know what's coming up on the program today. Glad you made it in, Woods. Whew. A little bit worse for wear, but you made it with a good story, and we are off and running here on a Wednesday morning. Man, Woods and Paul on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Hey player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort. Now open. Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort. Now open.
Got quite a bit to talk about here early in the program today, including Game 4 of the World Series and some Padres news. We will get to all that coming up in our first hour of the program. You should also be aware we're going to have an early giveaway today. Snow Jam tickets, we've got more. They've been a popular prize this week. We're giving them away all week, 4-pack of tickets to Snow Jam at the Del Mar Fairgrounds, November 7th through the 9th. So listen for your chance to call in and win. It also comes with a $100 gift card as well.
Quickly,
yeah,
the Snow Jam thing is a like snow,
like a
clothes
expo with snowboards
Equipment,
and
gear,
parkas.
clothing.
I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go check it out. Now that I'm going skiing once a year, that's what one of our new things. I'm gonna go check it out. I'd like to get some gear. Gear's expensive. That stuff's really expensive, especially for kids. So I think I might check that out.
As opposed to just renting it every single time.
I don't think I'm going to buy skis or snowboards or anything like that, but the clothes and goggles and hats and all the stuff, I think I'm going to go take a look at least because
it's fun to look at.
It is fun to look at.
When is the ski trip this year? Do we know?
It's happening again, just to warn you guys. It's happening.
February sounds like a good month for skiing.
Potentially. Yeah, my missus is really planning on, she wants to go to the Mexico City Padres trip really badly. Because we missed it.
Which has not been officially announced yet.
Yeah, which is weird because she's already booked a hotel.
Wow, she is ahead of the game.
She's ahead of the curve. She's really wants to go. Her friend went last year and said it was incredible. And all the tier ones that went said it was amazing. And I said, sure, I'd be down for that. So that's already a trip. Paulie and I have a trip. We have a trip. We might have another trip. Oasis is playing Europe again. I'm like, oh no, Odyssey's going to slit my throat. Bill Odyssey is going to come from behind me and slit my throat. Why do I have the feeling I'll be lugging my gear to Barcelona or something? Like, all right, good morning, guys. Well, no, here it's 9 p.m. So let's get the show on the road.
The speculation, and I assume Hannah was well aware of it, is that the games on Saturday, April 25th and Sunday, April 26th against the Arizona Diamondbacks listed currently as road games, but that would be a very bizarre 2-game series without a Friday on a weekend. So supposed to take place in Mexico City.
So what we could probably do is fly in Friday after the show, go to the game Saturday, then fly home Sunday, make it a weekend trip. It's not a huge international trip.
No, but Mexico City isn't exactly right around the corner.
It's not, and it's also not something you want to spend 18 hours there. You want to do a little bit more. But so that's probably the first trip of the year. And then the ski trip. And then maybe Europe again. And then Chicago a couple times potentially. This is going to be busy. It's going to be busy. I was going to do less in 2026, but apparently I'm not. Apparently I'm going to do a little bit more. Hawaii is definitely happening again. Sorry, I just want to apologize in advance. You guys are elite partners.
We've really flipped the script. I used to be the travel guy, and you never went anywhere. Now you're the travel guy, and I haven't gone nearly as many places.
I know. So. I'm very sorry.
That's all right.
I do apologize.
You do take the equipment.
Yeah, most of the time.
You come back with lots of stories,
yes,
which
it's
is
good
always
content.
Elite, good content.
Good content. Tsunamis and things like that. Sure. Yeah, weird stuff happens. I can't wait for the Mexico City earthquake. It's going to be great. Looking forward to that.
one.
The next one.
We'll have our regular features today. Don't do this at 7:20. We'll play some Take on Woods at 8:20. Chance to qualify for the trip to Las Vegas to see Jerry Seinfeld, our Reindl Report, in our 9 o'clock hour as well. But let's get right into the baseball last night. Game 4 of the World Series. Toronto Blue Jays bouncing back nicely with a 6-2 win over the LA Dodgers. We'll talk about it right after Kelly's Traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser, Alpine Spring Water. A couple things going on here, guys. One of them is a crash on the Plaza Boulevard on-ramp to northbound 805. We're also getting reports of a collision on westbound 52 past Santo Road. Looks like this might be an overturn crash in the center divide. And reports of a stalled car on the San Marcos Boulevard off-ramp, East 78. It's over to the right shoulder. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? They always bottle their Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all of their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
So we played the post-game audio from John Schneider yesterday after they had intentionally walked Shohei Ohtani 5 straight times. Well, 4 and 1 workaround intentional walk. And he was asked after the game, is that pretty much what we can expect? And he said, yeah.
Straight up. Yeah.
That was not the way the Toronto Blue Jays attacked Shohei Ohtani last night. They did walk him in his first at bat after pitching to him, making it 11 straight plate appearances that he had reached base. But after that, they continued to pitch to him with success, striking him out a couple of times, getting him to ground out. Don't know if that had anything to do with the fact that he was also on the mound. I know you don't like the broadcast and the Shohei Ohtani
documentary,
the constant.
There are a bunch of other good players out there, just even on the Dodgers.
I know, and you're right about that. I will say that John Smoltz's point that I had never really considered about preparing to be the two-way player in terms of, hey, normally a pitcher on the day before he pitches is going to be studying the other hitters intently, on the team that he's about to face and kind of getting an idea of tendencies and stuff like that. Can't really do that when you're playing in the game and you're batting and you're doing everything that you have to do as a batter and you're studying the other pitchers. And
can't you as a DH? Can't you, in fact? They have iPads with all the guys' gear, all the guys' pitches. Like, it's very difficult. It's impossible. He's the only one that does it. Okay, I get it. But man, his 12-hour sleep schedule, and oh my God, you guys should see how he ties his shoes. It's unbelievable. The guy, he puts his left shoe on first, his right shoe on second. You guys know his mom played badminton. His dad used to play catch with him. Like, I get it. I understand, but like a word of advice to baseball. I grew up a Yankee fan, as you know. People get tired of the Yankee suckage. Did they? Did it make you sick to your stomach after a while? You get Yankee fatigue?
Yeah.
You did. This is going to happen to you. I looked at Bob Nightingale's Twitter last night. This cat, in a loss, he had 8 tweets in a row. 6 of them started with the words Shohei Ohtani. 6 of it was like Shohei Ohtani does this. Shohei Ohtani. People are going to get tired of this. And again, please don't misconstrue that I don't think he's a super freak, 1 in a million. I do. But for the love of God, man, you're going to have to talk about the Blue Jays at some point. You're going to have to talk about some of the other storylines that we want to hear. It is just insane.
I did laugh when they said he's passionate about 2 things. He's passionate about baseball and passionate about sleeping.
How about his child? Is that not in there?
You know what? Not. You know what we call anyone else on the planet who's passionate about sleeping?
A bum.
Pretty much.
I was passionate about sleeping this morning, and I was almost late to work.
Passionate about sleeping.
Like, they almost sounded annoyed when they had to tell the story of the new Blue Jays hitting coach, David Popkins, being interviewed. It was all like it was Verducci. And it was like, you could hear it in the background, like, all right, Tom, get it in. Okay, they interviewed David Popkins, and it was like 10 seconds of the spot. And then they're back to Shohei Ohtani. You're never going to believe what this guy does. And I understand he's such a great player. But people are going to get fatigued. They're going to get fatigued. It doesn't matter. If he's on the Yankees, if he's on the team that's in the World Series every year, people are going to get fatigued. There are other players out there that are worthy of conversations in a 3.5-hour baseball game. There just are. There are. I'm sorry. Right? Am I wrong here? Am I just being a hater? Like, or is this an objective point? Because I feel like
you're not wrong. You're not wrong. He's a unicorn that requires a little extra attention, but they go far beyond over the top.
I mean, I saw a guy, again, not from San Diego, not a Padres fan. I saw a guy tweet, I had no idea Shohei was so good without Joe Davis telling me about it for 4 straight hours. It was an Ohtani documentary.
You do get the sense. It feels sometimes like he's making his debut and we're learning about him for the very first time, and not the fact that he has been in Major League Baseball for 8 seasons now, I believe.
And again, like Joe Davis, and the regurgitation of he's got 2 storylines that I've heard that have been beaten into my head. Did you guys know Mookie Betts went from right field to short and was phenomenal? We knew that. Heard about it all year. And it's great. If he's going to win a Gold Glove, he's amazing. He just won the Roberto Clemente Award. Like, I'm interested in that stuff. Good for him. He's a great dude, great player. And then the Shohei. It's like his rundown. We have a rundown here Paulie gives us every morning. It says it's Ohtani and Betts, and that's all you get. And if there's time, mention Alejandro Kirk. Other than that, man, you're not getting much of anything.
I'm trying to like think over the years because there's a little bit of me. I'm playing like devil's advocate.
Sure, go
here,
ahead.
And I'm not,
And I know I'm a hater, but it's also like,
Yeah.
come on.
I mean, look, we had a 4-hour mild Ohtani glaze fest yesterday on our show because you can't talk about the World Series where the Dodgers are playing in it and not talk about Ohtani. Like he's
for sure.
He's unbelievable.
For
we all get it.
sure.
But I was trying to think over the years. I'm like, is this a Ken Rosenthal, a Joe Davis thing, or is this a media thing?
A baseball
in 2025? Because I don't remember like even Michael Jordan, Tom Brady. It wasn't every day, the entire broadcast, blah blah blah. You've never seen it in baseball. Like they didn't do this with Mike Trout.
Tiger Woods comes close.
Yeah.
And I saw a guy tweet last night. This is like when Tiger would be tied for 23rd, and they're still showing all of his shots because at the end of the day, Tiger put asses in seats. Shohei, you saw the numbers. You guys see the ratings that came out of Japan? I mean, damn near the whole country of Japan watched this game, which is great. That's so good for the game that I love. He's great for baseball. There's no question.
And when he's doing spectacular things, yeah, you can talk about him spectacularly. He didn't do anything spectacular last night, though. Didn't have a good night at the plate and had a mediocre night at the mound. He wasn't one of the key players in the game yesterday. Yes, he pitched, so you talk about him, but the key players early were Kike Hernandez for the Dodgers, who made a nice play to start the game in foul territory and drove in the first run with the sacrifice fly. And Vladimir Guerrero Jr. was the key player and every bit a superstar in his own right by hitting the 2-run home run that probably changed the game and maybe the entire series early on when he gave the Blue Jays the 2-1 lead in the top of the third inning. They don't get that home run. They're trying to chase that one run deep into the game. Very different situation, but putting his team ahead was absolutely critical in their ability to bounce back from the 18-inning loss.
Yeah, and listen, if I had a Twitter account that had a blue check mark that I got paid for Twitter, I'm not an idiot. I know exactly what to do to generate clicks and money and things like that. I generationally hate for free because that's who I am. I understand why Bob Nightingale starts every tweet with Shohei Ohtani because he wants to make $19, at the end of the World Series and get the clicks and people read his articles. It makes sense to me. I understand marketing. I understand how you do it.
That was the second part of what I was kind of talking about. It's media. It's the way the game is built to be played nowadays.
Is it the way that all games, all sports are meant now? Like you find your guy, you zone in. It's Patrick Mahomes. It's Shohei Ohtani. But I mean,
I was going to say Paul Skeens. Like Paul Skeens is the least dynamic athlete I think I've ever seen as far as charisma, personality. He's the most boring snooze fest athlete I think I've ever seen, and you wouldn't know that based on the amount of play he gets in the media. And I understand it's because he's a really, really good pitcher. He's also been here for a year, and you're almost like, I'm getting Paul Skeens fatigue.
The supermodel bit helps. The girlfriend definitely helps. My wife and I had this exact conversation
again. It's also proving into all of this. This is all like the media's kind of just playing this up. The MLB saw Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift and they're like, we got Paul Skeens and Livy Dunn. We can do the same thing. Here's Livy Dunn cheering in the suite while the Pirates lose their 8th straight game.
We're having dinner last night at the kitchen table, and on the television comes the Paul Skeen Raising Cane's commercial. I'm Paul Skeens. Raise some money for the wounded veterans with Gary Sinise Foundation. It's very cool. Buy Raising Canes and we will donate, blah, blah, blah. And I'm looking at it with Valentine hearts in my eyes. And my wife goes, Bo, you need a little bit more personality than Paul Skeens. I go, no, you don't. I go, he throws 100. He started the All-Star game last year. He's married to, or he's got a supermodel girlfriend. Be just like Paul Skeens. Nobody needs your big mouth. Nobody needs your attitude. Don't be flashy. Brilliance is boring. You model yourself just like him, and your life will work out great. He's going to win a Cy Young this year. She's like, no, you have to be more dynamic than that. I go, no, you don't. Nobody wants more dynamic. Quiet, humble, badass. I said, we had this exact conversation last night. But listen, man, I have a feeling that if the Dodgers weren't playing in this World Series, we'd still be talking. If it was Joe Davis and John Smoltz, we'd still be talking about Shohei Ohtani. They'd find a way to weasel it in. But it's just gotten out of control. It was a 4-hour documentary on the guy last
You can't
night.
get over the fact, though, that Joe Davis is calling these games.
It bugs me, man. It does. It bugs me. And listen, you hear it. People, it's not just me. I'm seeing it from all over the country.
What a coincidence that he.
Yeah, I mean, you get lucky sometimes,
look,
right?
I don't like Joe Davis on the broadcast. I've been listening to the World Series on mute for the most part, but I can acknowledge that getting to be the number one guy for Fox, where like the World Series, like everyone hated Joe Buck. I'm like, you don't call every Super Bowl, World Series, PGA championship by being bad at your job.
Right.
Like he's clearly
People
worked
like him.
hard
Yeah,
and
people
climbed
like
the
him.
ladder and he's gotten to the top.
It's not my style, though.
But man, how coincidental, I guess, that he gets the number one Fox
His
gig, the
squad.
World Series, as the Dodgers are in the middle of this ridiculous
And again,
dynasty.
let's put Don Orsillo in his place and think about if the Padres were in the World Series. I've heard Don on national calls. I think he does a phenomenal job playing it down the middle. He does not play it down the middle when he's here in San Diego, nor should he. I love his homerisms here. They're great. When he's on the road, I think he does a phenomenal job at playing it down the middle. I bet you Don would be better at playing it down the middle if the Padres were in the World Series than Joe Davis has been. And don't listen to me. We have irrefutable proof of this.
Yeah.
So Kiki Hernandez makes a nice catch to start the game in left field, and Joe Davis, listen to the energy, the excitement of this call.
And not chase it out of the strike zone. Popped up down the left field line. Kiki Hernandez is in to the center and makes the catch. Wow!
I can't believe they put that music in there. Do you hear that little sound too?
I did.
Couldn't even hide it in the broadcast. Then Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hits that home run, which turns out to be the game winner, essentially. Never relinquished the lead after that. Listen to this call.
There's a fly ball to deep left center field.
He sounds asleep.
Headed back there. It is gone.
He's dead asleep. Listen to that. There's no alteration of that audio.
That's
at all.
messed up.
That is, I mean, did you hear?
Give Vladdy his flowers.
Give him his
man.
props,
Come on.
man. He deserves as much as that. He just
Shame.
A foul ball catch versus a home run that gave them the lead. That's all he gives us.
He robbed a foul ball, though.
Yeah,
It wasn't just a foul ball.
He caught a foul
He
ball.
robbed
at the
a
end
foul
of,
ball
at the end of the
from
day.
a fan. He took it away right out of a fan's hands.
Pretty sad. Pretty sad. That's what it's come to. Nice work, Paul.
But you also can't talk about last night's game without.
Maggie said that. Did you guys notice this? A couple times he's actually said on the broadcast, "Oh shoot!" When something didn't go the Dodgers' way, I'm like, "That's what I'm talking about." The pickoff play, the Max Muncy catches the ball, the line out, he throws it to first. Joe Davis is like, "He's nowhere near the base." He was on the base. He was safe. They did a replay. He goes, "He's nowhere near the base." Like he was furious that they didn't call that double play last night. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Got to talk about Shane Bieber as well.
He was. We should have started with Shane
Probably
Bieber.
should have started
He was
with Shane Bieber.
fantastic. It's on us too.
5 2/3 innings, 1 run against that lineup, coming off knowing you have no bullpen behind you, essentially.
Pretty much
In that game,
Yeah.
you've got to get into the 6th at least. He did, and what a great job bouncing back by Mason Fluharty, who gave up a couple of key hits in the 18-inning loss, RBI singles by the Dodgers, comes in a sticky situation in the bottom of the 6th inning, gets out of the jam when they absolutely needed his help the most. Great bounce-back performance by them, and then Chris Bassett as well coming in and
When did
normally
he
a
turn
starter
into,
and now coming in out of the bullpen for the Blue Jays and pitching some very, very important innings out of the pen. Those were the 3, I thought, key performers of that game last night for Toronto.
Yeah, Fluharty. I texted you guys. Fluharty redemption got the biggest outs of the game, I think, to that point, certainly. But yeah, man, it kind of starts and stops with the tone that Shane Bieber set. for his team, and did the thing where he's like, "Hey, jump on my back. I'm gonna take us home." He made some really big pitches, got some really really big outs. Bullpen locked it down, and offense showed up. Again, having that lineup roll out there without George Springer in it. It has to be deflating, right? If you're a Blue Jays fan, you're sick. When that lineup comes out, you're like, they moved Vladdy up to the 2 so he could get some more ABs because he's clearly the one guy in the lineup where you're like, this guy could hurt us. And he did. He put them ahead in the top of the 3rd with the bomb off of Ohtani. They never looked back and they added on. It was really good. Some good defense played by both teams, I thought. But yeah, a really resilient and admirable performance from the Blue Jays last night after that marathon.
So the Blue Jays get the 6-2 win. Series now tied 2 games apiece. They have 2 of the last 3 games in Toronto. We looked up this morning, Paulie and I, before you got in. Dodgers are still fairly heavy favorites in the series. Now, maybe part of that is George Springer's injury. They overcame it yesterday. Can they overcome it 2 more times, not having one of their key players? Doesn't feel like he's coming back. I mean, maybe he will gutty return in Toronto or something, but you don't get the sense that
maybe like an AB, available off the bench, but they have, if he's injured, they can bring up somebody else.
But no, he's not. Whoever they're bringing up is not George Springer.
Of course not. Yeah. Of course not. But again,
body
to have a guy sitting there with tape on his oblique going, I might have one swing in me, or bring in a fresh body, you might have to do it, which would be a bummer for Toronto.
Huge game tonight. I legitimately feel like the winner of tonight's game will win the World Series.
I can't believe that there's another game tonight. I forgot they go bang, bang, bang. Yeah. It's gnarly.
I don't know. The momentum now clearly with Toronto. If they win today, you've got to think they're going to get it.
But you got Blake Snell on the mound.
We've got some Padres news for you as well. We'll get to that to start hour number 2 of Ben and Woods next here on 97.3 The Fan. Well, guess I'm Ben Woods up here on the David P. Shapiro Fan Hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Yeah, it was pretty official yesterday. Albert Pujols was in town and reportedly, according to the UT, getting a second interview for the Padres open managerial job, making him one of the finalists in a process that appears to be reaching toward its final stages. Now, not much else is known about the other candidates.
Like anything except for
Brian Esposito and Ruben Niebla have definitely interviewed,
Okay.
and we've heard rumblings about Ryan Flaherty.
Yep.
Also interviewing for the job.
Got a lot of rumblings yesterday. I had quite a few people sending me rumblings yesterday.
People, you actually saw Albert Pujols here in town.
I didn't, but
some
somebody
people
did.
that you know
and
texted
me.
you, saw him in San Diego.
And it made sense because he was on the World Series desk the night before in LA. So he was at the game. So I wondered, all right, if he's on the desk tonight, I doubt very much he did an interview and then raced back. Could have happened. But sure enough, it came out a couple hours later. He actually was interviewing down at Petco Park again.
Apparently, the first interview was virtual, like Zoom, because this was reportedly his first in-person interview. Don't know exactly who he met with. Presumably, AJ Preller, John Seidler, Eric Grupner, Josh Stein. Those were the people we were told were going to be kind of instrumental in the hiring of a new Padres manager. At this point, you can't be shocked if Albert Pujols ends up being the guy. He gets to this stage in the process. They're obviously very seriously considering Albert Pujols to be the next Padres manager. What are your thoughts just kind of right now, if that's the direction the Padres go?
Reached out to a trusted source yesterday of mine, and I said, your thoughts on Albert Pujols potentially being the manager. And this person said, I honestly don't have a strong feeling either way. I liked covering him. He was always fair to me, always treated me well. I have no idea how he would be as a manager, both off the field and on. And I said, oh, okay. So it wasn't exactly a ringing endorsement, but it wasn't, didn't go the other way either.
I texted somebody as well. Pretty much the exact same thing. I said, hey, how well do you know Pujols? And what do you think he's going to be like as a manager?
Yeah.
He's going to eventually manage.
I think so, yeah.
And I was told he will be great. I know he really wants this.
Okay.
And then we went on. He was talking. He's like, look, he was beloved by the Team Dominican in the
WBC.
Winter Leagues.
Yep.
He's going to do the WBC if he's not hired. He's like, they loved playing for him. He did a good job managing that group of guys.
I mean, but again, that's a very short gig.
Sure.
This 160.
It's all we have to work off of, though, with Albert.
And I think we are obviously San Diego and Padres fans. I think we're a little bit traumatized, and not a little bit. I think we're a lot traumatized. I do, and I think it's Bob Melvin's fault, and I think it's Mike Schilt's fault. Not their fault per se, but it was their actions and their words. I mean, man, when you hear, I was staring wistfully at the other dugout and wanted to get the hell out of here. Okay, that one stung. Thought Bob Melvin was going to be the guy, Ben, until he wanted to walk away. And then when Mike Schilt says, dude, I'm tired, I just want to go home. It stings me a little bit. And it makes me kind of get up on my haunches a little bit. And Albert Pujols, when you hear, hey, man, I really want this job. So did those other guys. Those other guys did too. And it makes me very, very, very nervous. I guess I would say I would be nervous about Brian Esposito. I'll be nervous about Ruben Niebla. I'll be nervous about anybody. But Albert coming in with the cachet that he has, the ability that he had on the baseball field, and now the 162 grind is clearly it's rough on these guys. Clearly. Because, Ben, you know this. How many times when we grew up, managers held on to these jobs like grim death? Like, I'll do anything to save my job. I will do anything. I will. Now they're like, don't really want to do this anymore, which maybe it's growth in the human spirit. Maybe that's actually growth of not staying in a bad situation for you. Maybe it is. It's one way to look at it. But It makes me nervous that this dude he so wants it so badly that, I just want somebody to come in and do a good job, man. I want somebody to come in and want this gig.
And Albert Pujols may be that guy.
He may be.
I don't want to dismiss the possibility. We heard AJ Preller say he wants to finally find a manager who's going to be here for the long haul, the next decade.
More than 2 years.
Which is
let's start with more than 2 years.
Aspirational, but let's start, Paulie, with more than 2 years. Is Albert Pujols that guy? Can you see a scenario in which Albert Pujols is in 2034 still the manager of the San Diego Padres?
Honestly, I can't look around baseball really and think about a manager that's going to be there in 2034, whether they started today or whether they started a couple of years ago. I mean, is Stephen Vogt going to be there in 2034? Is AJ Hinch? Is Aaron Boone may, for whatever reason, they may keep him there till 2034. Dave Roberts might be, but I don't know. I can't ask. I can't answer that question. My gut tells me absolutely not.
If we're talking maybe one or two,
that's
out
9
of
years.
30 managers.
That's 9 years.
It's 9 years from now.
No, I don't see any managers.
I don't think so either.
I think we'll have 4 managers in 9 years. Is my guess the trend that we're on. I just don't know, man. I just don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. I think if they hired him,
it would be a splashy win the offseason sort of hire.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want people talking about the San Diego Padres new manager, which I'm not sure I do, but if you wanted people talking about the San Diego Padres new manager, no one talks about Brian Esposito. His news cycle is about 5 minutes. MLB Network talks about it for, a 10-minute segment, and then they don't mention him again until the first game of the season next year. Oh, remember, who did the Padres hire as manager? That's right, Brian Esposito. Same with Ruben Niebla, to be honest. We love Ruben, but his news cycle going to be very, very short. If the Padres hire Albert Pujols, that's something they discuss on the World Series broadcast tonight. If the Padres announce today, which I don't think they're going to, that Albert Pujols is their new manager, they will actually talk about it during the World Series. Even Joe Davis wouldn't be able to ignore the fact, hey, did you hear the news, John Smoltz, that Albert Pujols is going to be the new manager of the San Diego Padres? What do you think about that?
I like Albert.
If it's Ryan Flaherty, they're not bringing it up during the World Series broadcast.
Not much.
Do you want that? Do you want to be the splashy hire that gets a lot of attention? I don't know if that helps the San Diego Padres at all. I don't really either. We've been there. Bob Melvin was a pretty splashy hire, the way that went down, where you had to kind of steal him away from the A's organization and surprise the heck out of everybody. That was one that was talked about quite a bit. Albert Pujols would be talked about a lot.
Now, again,
off season.
All I can share with you is what I know. And what I know is what I read. And you can, I guess, take that with a grain of salt, too, about the fact that he wanted to bring in his own. So here, play this scenario forward. You've already mentioned Ruben Niebla's interview, right? Say Ruben interviews, doesn't get the job because Albert Pujols wants it, and you want him. So you hire him. And then you hear, because we read that one of the sticking points with the Angels is he wanted to bring in Ramon Martinez, his buddy, to be the pitching coach. Ruben's like, oh, cool. So I didn't get the gig, and he wants to bring in his own guys, and you're going to let him? I'm out. He's gone. You have no need for Ruben Niebla, which I think is a major, that's malpractice. I mean,
I have to imagine if it came down to Albert saying it's me and my guy or nothing at all, like tell Ruben sorry, I don't think the Padres are making that hire.
I don't think so either. And AJ Preller pretty much intimated that on the year-end press conference. He talked about, somebody asked him the question about, well, so what happens if are they going to be able to bring in their own staff? And he's like, we like the guys we have. We do like the guys we have.
He was very clear about that.
He was very, very clear. Yeah. So maybe that's, now if it's on Albert Pujols, they say, all right, bud, you can have the job, but you're coming in and you got these guys.
Now, remember, when the process started, Albert Pujols was talking to the Angels, and the Padres, and maybe whoever else. And he's going, hey, if I get 4 job offers, I'm going to pick the one that allows me to bring everybody I want.
Who's left?
Now it's a little, if Albert Pujols really wants the job as badly, if Paulie is heard that he wants this job, is he going to not take the job? If he says, yeah, but you got to stick with some of these staff members that we really like. AJ's going to say, Albert, you're going to love. Yeah,
him.
You may not know him now.
It's going to make your life much easier.
You're going to love him trust us on this. He works well with all your pitchers that you've already got. You'd be making a huge mistake to change anything right now. And
Well, I think
if
it's
Albert Pujols is the manager that they hope he is going to be, I would think that would be like, okay, yeah, I'm not an idiot. They've already got a guy in here who's been fantastic, who's got a great reputation. Why would I want to get rid of someone like that?
Yeah, ask last night's starting pitcher what Ruben Niebla means to him. Ask tonight's starting pitcher for the Dodgers what Ruben Niebla means to him. That's two of his guys that he's worked with that, credit.
That both won Cy Young Awards
Yeah.
and credit Ruben Niebla for it.
Correct. I'm not letting that guy walk out the door. Now, if you're Ruben, that gives you power. That gives you power to say, if I don't get this gig, I may have to look out. It's leverage. It's leverage.
Benny and I were talking about this yesterday during a commercial break. I think you were in the restroom.
Shocker.
Shocker. And I was going, man, I really, really do not envy whoever's making this decision. Preller,
No.
Grupner, the whole group. I don't envy their position because with Ruben Niebla specifically, we know he wants this job. We assume he wanted it when Bob left before they hired Schilt.
Yep.
You can only assume he interviewed. Could even assume that he interviewed after Jace Tingler was fired. He was here, right?
No.
When was Ruben's first year?
I think it was during Jace
Was it
Tingler's
during-
I thought so
tenure,
too.
I believe so.
I think he
Yeah.
was already in the organization before they hired Bob Melvin. Let's say he was at least interested there. This is like the third or fourth time now he's expressed interest.
Yep.
He's
So
paid his
they
dues.
hired him before they hired Bob Melvin, but after Jace Tingler was gone.
Yep.
I remember that. It was like, that's weird. You've already
You
hired
hired
a pitching coach. You
that's
haven't
right.
even hired a manager
because
yet.
they
Wanted him so badly.
They fired Larry Rothschild like in the middle of the year.
Yeah,
right?
and they hired Ruben before they had even picked their next manager.
So if you're Ruben Niebla, you're thinking, all right, man, it's like the third time the charm. And if you're the decision makers, how do you balance what you believe, what you think is right for the team, the best hire versus feelings and working with somebody and saying for a third time, thanks for interviewing, we're going in a different direction, but we'd love to keep you around.
Who's left? What teams are left that need a skipper right now?
Washington Nationals still need a skipper. Colorado Rockies still need a skipper.
Pitching coach's nightmare.
Pirates,
Pirates, I believe, are
Rockies.
still looking.
Rockies.
Yeah, I think it's about 4 left. I think that might be it of the remaining.
Braves.
And the Braves, yes, have not hired anyone to replace Brian Snitker yet.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So I think.
Well, let's work from the problem from reverse here. Why wouldn't you hire Ruben Niebla?
I would.
I know you would.
I would.
I know you would. Are we in favor of Ruben Niebla though? Because we like Ruben Niebla.
I mean, that's part of it.
It is part of it.
But also the guys
We know him.
The guy's at the top of his game. So he's in the organization
As a pitching coach.
The guys know him.
Pitching coaches traditionally have not been considered managerial candidates for the most part. We talked to Bud Black about that when he was in studio with us.
I'll tell you right now, the reason that I think Ruben Niebla would be a great pick is that the temperament. He has the temperament for the job. You hear it from his pitchers. You hear it from him. He has the temperament. He doesn't get too high.
I'm doing the devil's advocate.
I get it. He doesn't
Is
get
he
too low.
Is he too nice?
No. I get the sense he's not very nice.
He's got enough of the managerial streak in him.
1,000%. He has the temper. If you're looking for temperament and knowledge of the game, that's your guy.
No.
Period. The end. He has the temperament.
I really can't think of too many good reasons against
Right.
either Pujols or
Correct.
Niebla.
Just-
Just like with
just-
Pujols, like I've
They,
said,
they
like,
both have no experience.
right. They both the first time manager either way. So and that's probably the biggest red flag for me is just first time. I'm like, all right, here we go again. Let's try it out. But like with Pujols, I'm thinking, well, we haven't tried that yet. We've
Yeah.
had the experienced manager, we've had the new managers, we've had the no-name managers. How about a guy that's a first ballot Hall of Famer as a player? Let's see what he can do. Niebla, same thing, doesn't have the experience, but I can't think of any good reasons besides that why we wouldn't want him. The only other reason with Niebla that I can think of is, I don't know, does the pitching take a step back by him not being in charge?
I've never gotten that fully, and I realize there's a lot more responsibilities. I realize that. There's a lot more responsibilities. He's right there. He knows these guys. He is. If Adrian Morahone needs a tweak, he's right there. He's going to be there 10 to 12 hours a day. He's not disappearing into his office like,
Again, this
don't
is
bother me.
This is reaching for any sort of reason why.
Why so, like, I think, if Fritz what if Ben Fritz gets the pitching coach job? And we're just spitballing. Perfect, man. They all know each other. Like, I don't think it'll suffer I don't think it'll suffer even a little bit.
Got a couple of people in the chat. Steve says, is he more content being the trusted lieutenant? KG was, does Niebla actually want it? From what we've heard, yes, he does.
Yeah.
He's not. Remember, Darren Balsley was the Padres pitching coach for a long time, but he really seemed like he just wanted to be the pitching coach. Didn't have the managerial aspirations necessarily, was content in his role. Everything we've heard, Ruben wants the chance. He wants the opportunity. If he doesn't get it with the San Diego Padres, he will look elsewhere. Now, is his value going to be as much in another organization as it is to the Padres? Certainly as a pitching coach.
I think it could potentially get there, but I think you got to get your hands dirty with the guys that you have.
But his best opportunity right now, by far, is with the San Diego Padres.
Agreed.
Like, are the Pirates calling Ruben Niebla and saying, like, hey, how can we get you out of your contract? We want you to interview with us.
I think he's a well enough known name that other teams are interested in him.
As a pitching coach, I think there's 29 other teams that would hire him and find a role for him or just get rid of their pitching coach right now.
For sure.
If they could hire him. As manager, I don't know. I haven't heard the clamor. Like, we're not hearing any reports that he's going around interviewing other places. Maybe he has gotten an interview with the Pirates or another team, but we have not heard any reports of that.
I haven't heard anything. Janine says, what if it goes south and he has to be let go? I mean, that's the business. You rent that office, essentially. Like, any office you have down there, you're renting it. You don't own it. You're there to be fired or move on eventually.
If you promote Ruben to the manager and it doesn't work out after a year, 2 years, whatever, you're not just going to be like, hey, you want to go back to being the pitching coach?
Right, that just doesn't
he's
happen.
done. He's not coming back. It's over after that.
Yeah.
Which is fine. That's how the game is played, but that is the risk that you take.
Sure.
All right, let's take a timeout. We've got
if he doesn't get the job, does he get? How do you not have sour grapes if you're Ruben Niebla?
You realize
2 or 3 times you've tried. You're like, I'm playing out this contract, and then I'm done.
Again, I'm not in his head, but I think you do realize, like, all right, my time will come. I'm happy here. I love these guys. Let's see this thing through. No big deal. I'll be there to help. But I'm sure there's some part of it, like, you don't get that gig.
They all know that a certain amount of patience is required to move up the ladder in baseball. And if you are the guy who throws a fit when he doesn't get a job, it's going to make you less likely to get the job in the future. I'm not worried about Ruben in that sense.
Right.
All right, Don't Do This is coming up next. We have more Padres news on the way as well, including a Padres Smorgasbord. We'll continue our look at the free agents coming up at the bottom of the hour. Also, some news from Rob Manfred about the Padres TV deal that we still don't really know much about for next season, the ESPN deal. Rob Manfred was talking about that yesterday. But before that, Don't Do This, including we got a hair incident in the NBA we're going to discuss in our next segment coming up on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
First, gang, let me tell you about QC Kinetics. Can you share?
I can,
Ben?
absolutely. I got a text from my dad yesterday. He said, I finally made the decision to go to QC Kinetics.
Yes!
My hip, my lower back, started his treatments, got his first treatment already. He says, I'm already feeling better, less pain. He's looking forward to going back, doing it a couple more times, following your example. Woodson.
I'm telling you, man, it really is a dream come true. Your dad plays a lot of golf. Golfers, they have a lot of MMA fighters. Now, I don't fight MMA. That may surprise
you. Don't.
That may surprise many of you. I don't, but I do put a lot of stress on my wrists. Playing baseball, lifting weights, things of that nature. Don't let your mind wander. QC Kinetics, total game changer for me. They're incredible, and I love that your dad, the chief, has finally gone into QC Kinetics. He's going to be speeding around that golf course because he plays really fast.
He didn't even call you to try to get a discount.
He didn't. It's amazing.
Went on his own.
Very un-Higgins. Like, I didn't even know until yesterday. But listen, it really is a game changer, guys. This is pretty cool what they're doing right now. This Veterans Day, QC Kinetics is giving back to our heroes. Veterans will get $500 off their treatment. And for every non-veteran who starts care, QC Kinetics will donate $500 to the Wounded Warrior Project. Great time to book that free consultation. So call QC Kinetics today, 619-614-PAIN, 619-614-PAIN. If you have pain in your knees, your hips, your back, your shoulder, like Mr. Higgins there, get in there. Let them take a look at it. Free consultation with Dr. Jackson and his crew, 619-614-PAIN. It's QC Kinetics.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Got our Padres Smorgasbord coming up in just a couple of minutes. First, though, Don't Do This is brought to you by Trust and Will.
Don't.
Leave your entire estate, house, kids, and life savings up to chance if and when you die.
Do
Set up a Trust or Will online at trustandwill.com.
this.
It is a lot more affordable than you think. Visit trustandwill.com for more info. You sounded kind of like Mud doing the delayed
I had to slow you down. You were
start
very, very speedy.
of the
there.
broadcast.
What'd you take before the show? You were all,
It's my coffee.
oh, all right. Allegedly.
So, this is actually a multifaceted story from the NBA involving the Boston Celtics' Jaylen Brown, who has struggled with hairline issues.
Oh,
like
okay.
LeBron James has, and a couple other players in the past.
Okay.
He showed up this season to start the year, and fans noticed.
So looking a little more, a little fuller maybe up there. What's going on?
Okay.
Unfortunately, during a couple of games, opponents had noticed that when they had made contact with Jaylen Brown's head, that some dark smudging would start appearing on their jerseys. Yep.
Nope.
Yeah, he was
Nope.
going with the spray on hair.
Spray hair.
Spray hair. Now,
Isn't it sad because he's like a superstar player?
Yeah.
And fans are like, ha ha, your hairline's receding. You're like, God dang,
Champion.
I can't champion. I can't catch a break here. I got fans tweeting about my hairline. I got to do something. This dude gets a can of spray paint.
tried it.
You get sweaty.
Yeah, you get sweaty.
And
it starts
starts
melting a
melting.
little bit. And then when the other teams are wearing light colored jerseys,
Oh my God.
and you go up like
Smudges.
for a rebound,
Oh my
you're leaving
God.
smudges on the other.
I'm
Putting one
so
up
sad.
right now on
Yeah,
the YouTube
I'm so
stream.
sad for him, dude.
You can see like he gets brushed by the defender
White
in
jersey.
the
Oh
white
my
jersey,
God! Oh my God!
and there's a giant.
No, Paulie. Oh, yep. That's a smudge.
Yeah.
Jaylen
Okay.
Brown though
Okay.
has
Oh,
done the right thing, and he has acknowledged.
you got to wear it, bro.
He's well,
You
you
gotta
don't
wear
have to wear it anymore because
No,
he,
you have to wear it
He's-
from the
yeah, he's
public.
wearing
You
it,
say,
yeah.
I did it. You got me.
he went on
Oh.
social media yesterday and made fun of himself,
You
and
have
then
to.
actually tried to call LeBron for some advice.
He was on. He did a live
Yeah,
stream.
he did a live stream,
with his boys
and,
cutting his
and
hair.
his barber's in the background going, "We're shaving it all."
Well, he
Shave
said
it. Just shave it bald.
he had another quote. He said, "I blame Boston for this." He's got the cape on. He's got 3 guys behind him with clippers, and he's sitting there and he's looking right at the camera and he goes, "I blame Boston. 10 years of media, stress, championships. This is your fault."
Yeah, you guys.
But he called LeBron as well, the king of the hairline. And he called him. He didn't answer. So he leaves him a voicemail. He's got it on speakerphone. He's just like, "Hey, bro, like, I need some advice. Like, do I go to Turkey and get the hair treatment?"
Turkey. I was just going to bring up Turkey.
Yeah.
I got a buddy that is dying to go to Turkey to get it done because they do it. It's perfect.
It's the world capital of hair implants.
He showed me his friend, who, by the way, was already extremely handsome and looked very cool with the thing that he had. It just goes to show you, man, people's self-image can be devastating. It can devastate your whole life if you're not happy with how you look. It's hard. People make fun of you. Like, it's gnarly.
Be comfortable in the skin you're in.
It's so hard to do. It's so much easier said than done.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if my hair went, luckily I could wear a hat every day, and I would. I would wear one. And I know I think my 5 head's gotten a little bit bigger over the years.
Five
Maybe
head?
Can you go back to when we first started doing YouTube? Pull a picture, just a still shot of me, and then we can do a side by side, maybe in the 9 o'clock hour, because I'd like to see because for me it kind of looks the same, but I don't know, man.
I admit it. You know, my dermatologist put me on Rogaine.
Yeah,
about
how's
a year
that
ago.
working?
That's
It looks the same.
about the same.
Yeah.
Which maybe is the point. Like, you just don't want it to get worse. So there's been speculation that LeBron is using something called a follicular unit. Like, it's an advanced technology, but
Yeah.
nothing's been confirmed. A lot of hair drama in the NBA.
That's more hair drama than this story. That was such a lighthearted story. This one is not, man. I saw this news break yesterday. Hockey is there's a lot of questions about the culture within the game of hockey right now, Benjamin. And according to court documents, Ryan Kessler, a former NHL player, has been accused of engaging in sexual contact with a 16-year-old child on January 1st. The documents state that the alleged victim was physically helpless during the incident. He's a former center in the NHL. He, of course, denies any wrongdoing. He was a youth hockey coach for Michigan Amateur Hockey Association and from USA Hockey. He's been banned from that, played 10 years with the Canucks, last 5 years with the Anaheim Ducks, was on the Olympic teams. And, dude, the worst part, he's got a 17-year-old daughter and a 15-year-old daughter. And if this is true, just the most repugnant story. So he is in a lot of hot water. Married, 2 kids, 2 daughters, pretty insane stuff.
Finally, back to basketball for Do This.
DD Mega Doo-Doo.
And I know it's only been a little over a week since the NBA season started and NBC returned to the game, but they are getting nothing but glowing reviews for their new coverage from returning Round Ball Rock, Mike Tirico, and the studio show. You got Reggie Miller there. They even brought in Sunday Night Football style intros. People loved it, where the players would introduce themselves and say where they went to school. They added that.
Good.
They brought Bob Costas. Yeah, you got a little. It's different.
Jalen Brunson, Villanova.
Andrew Sherman, Wichita State University.
Carl Anthony Towns, University of Kentucky.
Are they recording
Cal
on their phones?
Bridges.
Yeah, you could probably mix the audio a little bit better there, but they brought Bob Costas back to do a voiceover intro. They're hitting all the right notes between the nostalgia. They also have a better picture. Like, I was reading a story about why scientifically, like, NBC's picture is better than other networks. It's just crisper, and everyone's going like, NBC is just killing it so far with their NBA coverage.
It's like the Apple TV games.
Much
They
sharper.
looked
They just
better.
look better right now. NBC's ahead of the curve, and they're doing a great job. Sometimes you have a lot of problems when they get started. They seem to have done good troubleshooting before they started their new coverage on NBC.
Hey, well, at least the NBA got something right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is Don't and Do This for a Wednesday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
Before we come back, it is time to give away that 4-pack of tickets to Snow Jam at the Del Mar Fairgrounds. Call right now. 5th caller, 833-288-0973. Not only going to get a 4-pack of passes that are good for all 3 days, November 7th through the 9th. You also will get a $100 gift card, but you need to call right now for the Snow Jam tickets, 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. When we come back, a little Padres news. I'll talk about Rob Manfred, what he had to say about the Padres' new TV deal, still not officially announced with ESPN. And we'll get into our smorgasbord. Yesterday we did the money is no object. Now we are going a little more budget conscious on the free agents.
How excited are you right now?
I know. Finally, we get to a little more realistic conversation about who's out there and who the Padres could target with their limited resources potentially this offseason in free agency. That's coming up next year on 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000-466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
Now, maybe they just want to bring their entire offseason budget to the table at 7 Mile Casino, California-style blackjack. Double it right there. One hand of blackjack.
Could you imagine?
You can get a whole different class of free agent.
This is going to be either a really good offseason or a really bad one, or we could push and just stay the same, because that's a possibility.
If they're playing Pai Gow poker, you could.
Yeah. It's definitely not an idea I would want my baseball team to. But if you need to have a good time, it's a great place to go visit with buddies. Great place to fun place. I would like to go with my wife there, play a little California style blackjack with her. There's a lot to do. They got great food, and it's a cool place. It's not a dingy, dirty, dark card room full of cigarette smoke.
It is a good place for high limit players. I'm not sure if like 40 million on the table is something they're going to take, but
never know.
They do treat their high limit players well. They're spreading games at Texas Hold'em for people who really know the game. They've got good dealers, comfortable chairs. Patio's fantastic. This time of year, it was nice and warm yesterday. What a great day to have lunch out on the patio at Sammy's at 7 Mile. So many reasons to check it out. The proximity being first and foremost. 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
Okay, player. This is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
This hour on 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by Staples. Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $125 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends 11/1. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples. Congratulations to Andy. Won the Snow Jam tickets. We'll have your opportunity to qualify for the trip to Las Vegas coming up on Take on Woods at 8:20 this morning. First, though, I
was able to pull up your side-by-side.
Oh, no. Did you?
Yeah, if you want to see this here.
I don't know that I do.
Feed.
So this is your hairline
I pulled a clip from like 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
Screenshot. And then I went back, and it was our very first YouTube broadcast. Not when we started as a show, but just our first YouTube broadcast. It was the extravaganza.
Okay.
Like 2022, I want to say.
God. Oh, no.
And there is the side-by-side.
I think
you look older, but your hair, I don't see a difference in the hairline.
I really don't either.
I think you're okay that.
Can we do I'll do like a finger measurement. I think it's dead on. I think it's the same.
I think you're good.
Thank you for that. You just made my day. What do you think, Ben? Looks the same, doesn't
You're
it?
a little more grayer in the beard.
Thank you, kids.
It looks, you had a little bit of a peak there in the
Widow's
old
peak?
Yeah, in the old picture, and it seems to be gone now.
Is it?
Now you still have a little bit. It's just lighter in color.
Okay. God
Harder to
dang, I
see.
do look much older.
Well, now I'm curious as to how I have aged. Paulie, can you go back and
My head
do a
got
side-by-side
smaller,
for
somebody
me?
said.
Your head did not get smaller. You're just closer or farther to the camera. Head's the same size, I think, that it always has been.
All right. Then smile on your
All
camera.
right, smile.
Thank you.
Okay.
What a wizard he is, by the way. Like, by the way, just a complete and total wizard. Paulie goes back and yeah, that is okay. Should I wear mine down a little bit more like that? Because I think that looks better.
Oh yeah, I
don't you?
like that. Yeah, a little down,
A
maybe.
little down.
Yeah,
but not like Lloyd Christmas. From
No.
Dumb and Dumber.
You're not Mark Davis.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Just maybe like once you see me start to fill in these sides over here, Ben, right here, that's when you know that it's
Something's been done.
Yeah,
the trip to Turkey. You've added a trip to Turkey in your off-season plans here.
If Oasis plays in Turkey next year, I'm in really good shape. That's great.
All right, quickly, Rob Manfred spoke with our friends. I believe
We'll talk
it was
about
Boog
this. I'll have
Shambi
your
yesterday.
side-by-side
All right,
after.
thank you.
Good.
About
Can't wait.
the TV rights deal with ESPN that is yet to be announced. But remember, the Padres are one of the teams that's included in the deal in which ESPN is going to start taking over the locally produced broadcasts of the San Diego Padres next season. Still not officially announced, but that's what it appears to be. And he said that MLB TV is going to be integrated, being part of ESPN's direct-to-consumer offerings. Quote, there's going to be integration in terms of local broadcast that I think the folks at ESPN and clearly certainly we look at as an experiment that can be really helpful to the game as we move forward in a rapidly changing environment. What's your take there?
I have no idea.
I
what
also
you
don't
just
have
said.
any idea what he just
Literally,
said.
I was waiting for you to bend. You're the guy in television. You know about all this. This is your business.
I thought so, and then I heard what Rob Manfred said. Again, there's going to be integration in terms of local broadcasts that I think the folks at ESPN and certainly we look at as an experiment that can be really helpful to the game as we move forward in a rapidly changing environment.
Okay.
What on earth does that mean?
Integration of local broadcasts?
Yes.
So
in terms of local broadcasts.
Okay. So yes, that means Mud, Don, whatever, like whatever team the Padres roll with, if it's Mud, Don, Scan, whatever, like we still get them.
Because you're integrating. You're not just taking over and doing your own thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess that's what it sounds like. ESPN is going to very gently take over the MLB TV broadcast, but don't expect a ton of changes.
Right.
I think. And then that would be helpful to the game somehow, according to Rob Manfred. I think he's looking ahead to potentially a future in which all of these rights packages come together under maybe like an ESPN MLB umbrella. Sure. And that could be helpful to the game in the future. But again, very obtuse phrasing by Rob Manfred about what's coming.
That's my commissioner, very obtuse.
And again, when we spoke with Eric Grupner, not a lot of details other than he seems very excited about what's coming for the Padres television-wise locally, supposedly with this ESPN partnership, but no real specifics that have been announced.
You know, should there be an equal playing field with television rights for all teams? 30 teams, equal television share. Call it $100 million a team. If it was $100 million a team, whatever it is, should the Pirates get $100 million, the Padres get $100 million, the Dodgers have to take a massive pay cut to $100 million. Is that something that you feel would make the game inherently better? Everybody gets the same slice of pie.
It could.
I think it could.
It very well could.
But
make
if you are
better.
the Yankees and if you are the Dodgers with your own television networks and a Brinks truck of money backed up to your front office every year, all right, here's your $300 million TV deal. That's how do you sell that to them? Because it's not as simple as walking into the Dodgers front office and going, look, come on.
Well, you don't really sell it. You're going to have to impose
mandate it
in
right,
some way.
Right.
But again, to gang up and have like, hey, 27 owners want to do this. You got to get on board if you want to stay in this league with us. This is how we're doing it moving forward. They're never going to willingly want to give up their local TV rights deals.
They're like, listen. They do the bit where they're like, you guys make enough money off Shohei in Japan. You've kind of cornered that market. We're going to let that go. That's yours. But we need to get an even piece of pie. For Dick Manfart needs the same amount of pie that you, Mark Walters, gets, and you, John Seidler, gets, and you, Bob
But you
Nutting
can't just
gets.
then allow those owners just
to
pocket
take
that money
and just pocket it
and pay 1/4 of the salary of other teams.
So now you're talking about a salary floor.
Right.
Now you're talking about a salary floor.
Which would be great. No one is opposed to a salary floor, fan-wise, player-wise.
I don't think players are opposed to a salary floor.
They
at
are
all.
only because they know what it comes with.
Correct.
There's no owners that are going to say, so we have to pay a minimum for everybody, but we there's no maximum? That doesn't make sense. And even the most owner-loathing fan can sort of see that argument. Like, so every team has a minimum floor they have to pay everyone, but there's no maximum at all. That is incredibly player friendly.
Correct.
I don't see baseball going in that incredibly player friendly direction.
Yeah, you can't do the cap without the floor. But
no, you definitely can't do a cap without a floor.
No.
I don't necessarily think you can do a floor without a cap either, though.
Yeah. I wish I had learned more about the economics of baseball because it's not the world's most fascinating conversation. I understand that. The way that I'm wired now is let me know how much we're going to get. And then I know whether I can yell at my owners or not to actually spend the money, because I think, Dodger fans especially, you've seen it a lot during the playoffs. And I think there's some truth to it where they're like, bro, you can't get mad at us for spending the money that we make. Like, we're spending money, and they have the ability to have, what did they total up? The quote unquote mistakes that they made. The Tanner Scott, Kirby Yates, Michael Conforto was $16 million. They're not even on the roster. Like, they can't pitch and play in the World Series. That's $100-ish million that they spent on 3 players that they're like, we don't even need you guys. We're going to have other dudes in here. They're making the point, though, we spent that money. You can't get pissed at us for investing back in our team. And I agree with that 100%. But I need to know how much each team gets. So if everybody gets $100 million and John Seidler spends $12 million, we've got a problem in free agency. We have a problem.
Let's push back the smorgasbord, because I don't want to start it with just a couple of minutes left in this hour. We do have to check traffic. I have a story I want to tell you, though, that involves the Padres and their TV rights as well.
I've got your side.
And Paul's got my side by side.
No, he's gonna be so sad.
God,
all right,
sad or happy?
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Coming up after traffic on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danek.
Traffic is brought to you by Toyota Poway, voted San Diego's #1 Toyota dealer by USA Today. Busy ride on some of our roads this morning, guys. Problems in the North County. Got this collision on westbound 78 near El Camino Real. Looks like it may be in the clearing stage. East 78 before Twin Oaks Valley Road. Collision involving a couple vehicles blocking the 2 left lanes. Also a collision blocking the 2 left lanes. Southbound 15 before the 78. Further down before Villa Rancho Parkway. Crash over the right shoulder. Then another collision right before Mira Mesa Boulevard. Not showing if lanes are blocked. Toyota Poway has been voted San Diego's #1 Toyota dealer by USA Today, with APRs as low as 0% and tons of new Toyotas on the ground. No tricks, only treats during the Trucktober sales event happening now only at Toyota Poway or online at toyotaofpoway.com in the heart of San Diego. I'm Kelly Danek with Ben & Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
So on Monday, as I was going down, leaving the elevators, I walk into the lobby, and a guy stops and goes, "Oh, I love your show." He says, "I didn't know you worked in this building. I thought you were across the street. There's another radio company across the street." I said, "No, we're up on the 6th floor here. Have been Odyssey since the beginning." And he said, "I need to ask you a question. Why can't the Padres get a local TV deal?"
Yeah.
It's something that fans are still maybe not totally grasping. And I said, there is no company in San Diego that can put together a competitive offer for a local TV deal anymore. The kind of which that the Padres would be looking for to make, tens of millions of dollars a year in TV revenue. Just doesn't exist in San Diego anymore. And it's not going to. There's really no up and comers who you can see in a couple of years. Yeah, they're going to scratch together $340 million to put together a TV rights deal. Doesn't happen in San Diego. So they need to find alternative ways. And he said, well, isn't something better than nothing? Shouldn't they just take what they can get? And I go, no, they're actually making more just selling their own product and their own commercials, producing through MLB, than they would giving a discounted TV deal to another local outlet, a cable channel or something that doesn't, again, really exist here in San Diego. So that's why the Padres are going with this MLB TV route and why they're going to go with the ESPN direct-to-consumer route starting next season.
Makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. I do see people calling for that all the time, and it's hard to get blood from a stone. There's just nothing there.
All right, let's tee. What do we got here, Paul?
All right, here we go.
Side by side.
Oh man, yeah. I understand this is very visual, but we were talking about hairlines. You can see Woodsy December 2022, our first YouTube broadcast versus today. Not too shabby. Hello. And then Benny, there is your side by side from December 2022.
I look like I'm in that Hollywood fat makeup.
You look like you lost 150 pounds.
Yeah, but what about his hairline? That's what I want to know.
I was hiding my hairline under a Santa hat. That was our extravaganza.
Portly back then.
Look at you now.
Wasn't I? You look like Tom.
Proud of myself.
You look like Tom Cruise, dude. Wow. am in tears right now because of Paul's wife, Megan. Welcome back, Ben and Woods. We're halfway home on a Wednesday. 97.3 The Fan. I'm Woodsy. That's Paulie. That's Ben Higgins.
First, I want to thank everybody for the nice compliments after the side-by-side. Everyone remarking about how much better I look now, thanks to sdfatloss.com, keeping the weight off. Not only am I healthier, somehow I look younger, I look better.
It's hard for me to look at those pictures because I don't remember you that way. Like, I just remember you as a big dude, like a big, tall guy. So I think when you're taller, it spreads the weight out. But you see those pictures of your face, and it's like, you look like a little cherub, like a little squishy little squisher. And then to see you now, like, you look like Tom Cruise. Legit. Like an older Tom Cruise, but Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise is like 70.
That's true. You look like a 90-year-old Tom Cruise. Does that make sense?
We got like a new light and a new camera, which helped. But those are two different people that I'm looking at.
It's literally two different people.
Wow.
So I'm proud, and thank you for the compliments.
Good for
now
you.
on to, you never say something nice without someone else chiming in, so go ahead.
Paul's wife, Megan, in the chat said, hey, let me burn that let me burn that shirt and buy you something cute.
I thought this was a cute shirt.
And
I liked this shirt.
And I went, huh, he does.
You do like that shirt.
You rock that shirt. And I realized, yeah, you rock that shirt a lot.
You're like,
and
he said something like, oh, I this is one of my favorite shirts. I'm like, yeah, I know. I have like many photos of you on my phone wearing that shirt because you have worn that shirt literally for as long as I've known you.
For 8 years.
Which you both seem to think is wrong in some sense.
It's a black shirt, a black polo shirt. It's got a thick blue line at the top and then a thin blue line under it.
Yeah.
And I looked at the brand. It's Ashworth. Our buddy John Ashworth.
Right.
Made clothes in the 90s.
3 or 4 companies ago.
Yeah, I think he stopped selling clothing in the 90s. If I'm he switched brands.
Yeah, Ashworth Golf has been for so long.
So, did you buy that shirt after the year 2000? Because I don't think you did.
Probably not. But there's nothing wrong with the shirt. It's comfortable. It has no holes in it. I'll throw a shirt away once it has.
But you wore it
holes.
As long as you've worn that shirt, how many? At least once a week for
At
like
least
8
once a week.
years.
I started going through my phone. I've got so many pictures of you in this shirt. Paulie goes, look at this one. This is from 2018. I go, man, that was 7 years ago. You've also dropped like 70 pounds.
That was like the first week at the
Look, it's the first week. And you're in the same
This was a
shirt.
This was a couple of months later. There is again.
No way.
The Dixie Norman's. And that was probably 2020. And then this was 2024.
Oh my God.
He's still wearing it.
And now it looks like a blouse on you because you've dropped so many pounds. Can we have a funeral for that shirt? We're gonna do it tomorrow. I want you to don't wear it tomorrow.
Just
I know it's
bring
gonna
it.
be difficult
Just
for you.
I will take it off when I get to TV today, and I'll put it in
Bring
my
it
car.
in. We're gonna say goodbye to it.
All right.
Shout out to its family. I've said this many times. It's the one thing about you that infuriates me. Because if I dropped 50 pounds, my wife would be like, hey, you don't need a Tom Ford tuxedo. I'll be like, yes, I do. Like, I would have spent so much money on a whole new wardrobe. This dude is like, I'll just tuck it in real tight and no one will see it hang over my belt.
You have to remember that all of these things that I was wearing were just a little too tight and uncomfortable back then. And now they actually fit. Now they feel great. It's like,
honestly,
okay, I love wearing these shirts now.
It makes me like sad and angry because like I feel like that's obviously the health benefits and how you personally feel are the most important things.
Yes.
But like the reward of a big weight loss transformation is going out and yes, I know you have to spend some money. I'm so sorry for that.
I hate shopping.
But
I know you do.
I just hate
that's
going
the
shopping.
reward. You're like, oh my God, I'm fitting into 36s for the first time.
Yeah,
in
this is
God knows how long.
It's the two things I like the least. decisions and spending money, and they're together when you go shopping. I don't like either of those things.
That's true. We need a stylist. That's what we need.
Get a stylist on payroll.
Get you in here. We'll get rid of that rope belt, and we were going to get rid of that shirt tomorrow.
This is my new belt. I love this. I love this new rope belt.
Just make smarter choices. We're kissing that thing goodbye tomorrow.
Fine.
Get used to it. Enjoy your last day.
This shirt.
Picture it as a dying friend. You're going to spend your last day with your dying friend.
I know that was not a new shirt when we started the show. So I have had
that was
this
an
shirt.
old shirt.
This was probably an old shirt when we started the show. So I've had this shirt for over a decade.
I need to text Elston.
I'm gonna miss it
and see if he has any pictures of you in that shirt from when you guys did a show. LO maybe
2004.
His headshot is him in that shirt.
He's interviewing Danian Tomlinson.
And a Norv Turner presser. That's incredible. All right, you're getting so much stuff, Ben, and we're gonna have an actual funeral.
I
for
could
that
probably
shirt.
ask Sean Ashworth, when did you make this shirt? He said, "Oh yeah."
I'm gonna text him. I'm gonna ask if he remembers the year he made that shirt. His pants make your wiener look huge, by the way. Just so you know. Look at this. Look at this picture. What are you, Paul Stanley? Look at this picture.
Oh my God.
Good God. I'll put this up on the stream, Paulie.
He looks like the guy.
These are new pants. These are true classics.
Look at you.
You look
They're
like the
little
guy that's
bit-
sitting on his the
They're
edge
a
of the
little
bed.
tight,
I mean,
just around the crotchal region.
you think?
Did
You look like a rock star, Robert Plant, dude, in 1975. Holy
Well,
cow.
I know where my Tinder picture is going. Apparently, so
My
thank you.
God, I'm in radio. All right. I'm gonna text Ashley right now. And I'm like, do you have any idea what if there's a 19.9 in there? I'm taking it off you in here, just so you know.
The good news is I'm going to my favorite clothing store right after the show today.
Costco.
Correct.
Don't buy anything.
Because today is the day at Channel 10 we are doing our, I believe they're calling it the Halloween Spooktacular at work. It's a potluck and desk decorating contest.
Oh.
And I simply, and maybe this is just because I'm getting older, or maybe I'm just not fun. I have trouble getting into work Halloween festivities.
We know. You don't have to tell us.
It's a children's holiday. Wasn't it? When did it stop being a children's holiday?
Polly, the thing's covered. Yep. Look at Dirk Diggler.
Good
over here.
God.
Good Christ, Ben.
Congratulations.
I
I was not familiar with your
I
game.
wasn't familiar with your game either.
My God.
Good Lord. Woo. You know, don't show that to Hannah. My God,
Wow,
man.
Ben.
Keep that away. Holy cow.
Good for you.
I'm going to get me some of those pants. Those are flattering. What are they again?
True Classic.
True Classics. All right. I'm getting some of those. I just texted Ashley to find out what year that shirt came. And again, if it starts with 199, I'm ripping it off you in here. You're going to wear a sweatshirt out of here today. The Halloween thing.
Yeah. When did it stop being a children's holiday and become an adult holiday?
That's a fair question.
Because when I was growing up,
Your parents didn't
adults
dress
didn't
up.
participate. They didn't dress up. There was it wasn't a night that they went out and had parties. You would take your kids trick-or-treating and then you go home. And that was
you never dressed up as anything when you took your kids trick-or-treating? I'm being forced to. But yes.
I did not.
Okay.
I did not ever dress up. I just would go around in my normal clothes.
And like, all right, hurry it along.
In
Let's
my
go.
old shirt,
Let's
probably
get
this
probably
shirt.
that shirt.
When my kids were, trick-or-treating 19 years ago. Take them around the neighborhood.
1997. Let's go. Speed it up. All right. So they want you at Channel 10. And do you have to do this?
Well, I'm definitely going to bring something for the potluck. You're a bad person.
Yeah,
You don't bring something for the potluck and
I
you want to
agree.
eat things at the potluck. I'm not decorating my desk, though.
Really?
I'm not going to the trouble of doing like decorations for one day. That just seems like a waste of time.
I agree. Also,
You do agree?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I don't want to disparage where you work. I'll just disparage where I work, but I don't want to disparage where you work.
I love my colleagues. Some of them really look forward to this.
Sure.
Show. It feels like they've been like we announced it like 2 months ago. They were so
really?
excited. Oh, yeah,
and so
we've been-
there are desks already
yeah,
done
just
up.
people are starting working on their desks and their doorways if they have an office. And
Well,
that's
Now it's too late to decorate.
Well,
the
yeah,
desk.
I was never going to.
Okay, but you're just going to get something for the potluck?
I'm going to go to Costco.
I don't think it makes you a bad person. You're a serious person. You're not
I am
going.
a serious person.
You're not going to decorate your desk. I don't agree with that. Just do the potluck.
I'm going to do the potluck. Yes, I'm going to
Yeah.
get something cool, but probably at Costco because it's good for a crowd, larger size. And
All right.
pick something up.
So
and-
do we talk about our latest stressor here?
Well, yeah, we have our Odyssey Halloween celebration is tomorrow. It's actually they're doing a Halloween fest, like Oktoberfest / Halloween,
Right.
which is good. They're doing sausages, right, and
Yeah.
and even beer,
Beer.
and that's if
think it's
if
more
the company puts them
Oktoberfest
on,
than Halloween. I don't know. I think they said
Why
you
are
can
they
dress
dressing
up.
up then?
Well, we're not-
people are dressing up.
Aren't they doing a contest or no?
They have in the past. They're not this year.
Oh, okay. Well, so here it's happening to us again, the morning show, where they're doing the culture club thing where, hey, we're doing this. Be great if you guys came, but it's at noon. I can't go. I've got counseling. I can't go. Physically, cannot go. I schedule my counseling at noon because I'm free, because I'm off the air at 10. And let's say I had some production to do. I got to do that. Then I can still be at counseling at noon. Problem is, Halloween is on Friday. We will all be fully dressed up in the Halloween spirit. Nobody works here on Friday. We're the only ones in the building, literally. So I am sweating that we're going to get in trouble for not coming to the thing tomorrow at noon, even though it's not Halloween. We'll be ready and dressed up for Halloween here on Friday, the three of us, wanting to, participate and dress up. But now,
I just on the record, I'm always being forced to dress up on Halloween.
correct.
but-
He never buys his own costume ever. Paulie and I get it for him. Wait till you guys see this one. It's great.
Got a
Sexy,
good one this
sexy nurse. So are you sweating that a little bit?
A little bit. I was planning on going. I do have SDFC's doing their weekly news conference about their playoff game at 11:15 way down in El Cajon. So I was thinking I'll come back afterwards, but I might be like half an hour late or something when I get back here. But usually the party's still going on. So,
That's true.
yeah.
I just don't know, Paul. Like I can't make it, and I feel like, oh great, here he is, culture problem. But no one's here on Friday, but we are, and we'll be in full Halloween. On Halloween. We'll actually be dressed. You can't move up the holiday one day because you're not going to be here on Friday. I don't think that's how it works, right?
Well, I mean, company Christmas parties aren't on Christmas.
Well,
You know,
obviously,
they have to
obviously.
happen earlier so you can
But
be with
they
your
are-
family on the holiday.
They are during the work week.
But Halloween is a work day,
Correct.
and we're going to be here on the work day.
We will be here. All right. Well, I can't make it, so my apologies.
They tend to get good food at the
They had
Odyssey
great.
parties.
The
Though.
barbecue one was
fantastic.
fantastic. It was incredible.
Which is why I would really like to make it back in time just
Okay.
to check out what they've got going.
Well,
And
maybe
I will,
if you come
I
represent
will,
us,
I will give you regrets.
You should
and
wear your shirt.
I will.
Yeah.
Well, no, you're going to burn it tomorrow.
Yeah,
so
we're going to bury it tomorrow. Tomorrow is the death of that shirt. Say goodbye. Never to be seen again. 30 years is a good run. I told them at the break, I go, it's insane to me because I work with my father, who is actually younger than me. I look to my left every day of my life and I see my father. And my dad has sweatshirts.
Do you wear that at your college graduation?
Yeah, for real. My dad, I'm not joking when I tell you this. I'll pull it. Next time I'm home, I'll go through the photo albums. It's going to take me a while. Actually, it won't because there's about 100 of them. He had this sweater, and he's listening right now, I guarantee you. Dad, if you have the sweater, I'm going to lose my mind. He had this sweater, you guys, I swear to God, it was the San Francisco skyline.
I can sort of picture what you're talking about.
It was like a cream sweater with the San Francisco skyline on it. I don't even know where he got it. This dude wore it for 20 years. It's like, we go, I'm like, no. Once you get a little older and you start talking about it, you're like, you're not. I got girls coming over here. You take the sweater off, dude. What are you doing? Throw that thing away. What? This one is great. And I'm working with the exact same human being. It's the craziest thing. The San Francisco sweater. My mom is probably crying, laughing right now. She would look at me and be like, yep, he's wearing it again. I'm like, enough.
There's just no reason to throw away perfectly good clothing.
It ages out.
Functional.
Dude. It ages out.
Still perfectly functional.
It's just I'll never get that sweater out of my head ever as long as I live. That's his version of the shirt. No, it wasn't that. It was way worse.
It's more subtle, right?
Yeah.
It was much more
doesn't
subtle.
say San
No,
Francisco.
it's not a.
Right.
It's not a tourism shirt.
There was
It's
the Golden
simply-
Gate Bridge. I swear, and that pointy building, like whatever that is.
I can almost picture it.
I
I'm
was gonna say I
telling
can feel. I feel like I see it right now.
You've probably seen my dad in it. Let's be
That
honest.
might be the
He's
case.
probably worn it here. Dad, if you have that sweater. Okay, early 2000, John Ashworth just wrote back. 25 years ago. We got to take this thing off. This
That is
incredible.
directly from the source. The
That's
guy that designed
and sold that shirt in the year 2000. Early 2000.
Holy
There's no
crap.
way.
To be fair, I probably waited until it was on, remainder
Sale. Yeah,
sale in
right.
2003 or 4 before I bought it. But
Probably bought it at a garage sale, a swap meet somewhere. Oh, I'm dead. That's one of my favorite segments I think we've ever done in my whole life, from front to back. That was incredible.
all right,
Wow.
Take on Woods is coming up next. We need a contestant. If you'd like to win a trip to Las Vegas to see Jerry Seinfeld, you're going to have to beat or tie Woods in our musical trivia contest. 833-288-0973. 833-288-0973. We'll do that. Then we'll get to more free agent talk in our Padres Smorgasbord at the bottom of the hour, all coming up on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, daily fantasy sports. Prize Picks is the way that I have done it. Everybody is doing it nowadays. You see a lot of stories about it. There's no reason you can't have fun. Play responsibly. Put together lineups. I do a lot of $5 lineups when I'm watching basketball now. Basketball season is underway. Football, of course, on the weekends. And you got your last couple of opportunities to put together a baseball lineup here. Just 2 or 3 games left in the entire season. You're just picking against the numbers, taking stat projections and picking more or less. Is it hits plus RBI? Is it points? Is it rebounds? Is it touchdown passes? Is it rushing yards? Find your favorite players, your stars, pick more or less. Look for the max discounts, usually every week. Prize Picks will offer a different star player on a max discount, like 1/2 of 1 passing yard for Patrick Mahomes. You pick more, put that into a lineup. You're winning real money with Prize Picks because, hey, being right can get you paid. When you download the app, go to prizepicks.com, use the code KWFN to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. That's code KWFN to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. Win cash. Use your knowledge of sports to make it pay off for you with Prize Picks, where it's good to be right, must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for details.
player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Don't forget, the biggest fan contest returns on Monday. Our grand prize, a night in the Odyssey Suite with 20 tickets for you and your friends to watch a future Padres game with the whole fan staff. Just register your name right now at 973thefansd.com/biggest fan. And listen, when we start announcing names Monday, beginning at 9 a.m. and then 1 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. every weekday, for your chance to qualify for the grand prize. It's bright behind me. It's that time of year that the sun is streaming through the windows here at our Odyssey studios. Yeah, I got that Santa Ana. Be careful out there. But winter is coming soon as well. We're almost to November, and then it'll be December.
And then January.
And January.
And February.
And then baseball season's back.
March.
We're back.
April.
That's how the months work.
May.
The show works, though,
June.
by at 8:20 or 5 or so every
July.
morning. We play a little game of Take on
August.
Woods. Let's get to it.
September, October, November, December.
All right, leave. Take on Woods brought to you by Bay Alarm, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you, and we got Marty. Marty, welcome to Take on Woods. How are you?
Oh, very well. Thank you.
Good. First-time contestant? You know how the game works?
Pretty much.
All right. Well, for everyone else, you've got 5 questions of musical trivia head-to-head against Woods. If you beat or tie him, you will be put into our grand prize monthly drawing for a trip for 2 to see Jerry Seinfeld in Las Vegas, 2 tickets to his show on April 17th at the Coliseum at Caesars Palace, a 2-night stay at the Flamingo Hotel and Casino, and a $100 gas card. Get your own Jerry Seinfeld tickets at Ticketmaster.com. To give you an advantage, you get to go first and pick the category. Here are your choices, Marty. Do the Do, 5 song titles that all begin with the word do. In the Black, 5 2-second songs that all include the word black. And we've got our new category, World Beaters, 5 song titles that include the word world. So Do the Do, In the Black, or World Beaters. Marty, what would you like to play?
We'll try In the Black.
In the Black. All right, Paulie will open up his file because today we have 5 2-second songs that all include the word black in the title. You're going to get a snippet of music 5 different ones. To score a point, you need to not only give me that title, but also the artist. You'll go first, Woods will go second, and we'll compare scores at the end. If you don't know one, say pass. We can come back to it again if there is time still on the clock. Marty, you ready to go?
Ready.
Paulie, you're good to go?
I'm good to go.
All right, the category is In the Black. Again, all 2-second songs. Marty, your time begins when Paul plays our first song. Good luck. Let's take on Woods.
Painted Black, Rolling Stone.
Correct. Song number 2.
Pass.
Pass. Song number 3.
Black Hole Sun, Soundgarden.
Correct. Song number 4.
Hey, mama said the way you move gonna make you sweat, gonna make you groove.
Oh, God, yeah, geez. Robert Plant. I can't think of it fast.
Let's get to song number 5.
Black-Hearted Woman.
Oh, Black Magic Woman by Santana. Robert Plant, Led Zeppelin, that was Black Dog. And if you listen to Ben and Woods, you hear it often. Black Betty by Ram Jam. So you got the 2. You got Paint It Black by the Rolling Stones and Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden. I don't think that's going to be enough, Marty, but you can hang on the line. Woods, you'll get the same 5. No help from the category, but he'll figure this one out pretty quickly, I think. It's all 2-second songs today for you, Woods.
Okay.
60 seconds on the clock. Your time begins when Paul plays the music. Good luck, Woods. Let's take on Marty.
Paint It Black by the Rolling Stones.
Correct. Song number 2.
Black Betty by Ram Jam.
Correct. Song number 3.
Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden.
Correct. Song number 4.
Black Dog by Led Zeppelin.
You're making it tougher on him. Song number 5.
Black Magic Woman by Santana.
Yeah, that's a 5 for 5. Well done, Woods, and a win today.
How'd Marty do?
He got 2,
okay.
and he was close. He knew it was Robert Plant. He knew a couple of them.
I think he knew every one. He just didn't know.
It's just tough, The clock starts ticking, the music starts playing.
It's tough for some.
It's a tough game, especially first timer. Marty, thank you for playing. Please try again in the future, but no qualifier today for the trip to Las Vegas and Jerry Seinfeld.
This guy's DMs are gonna be going crazy later, bro. By the way, that picture is everywhere. Everyone's talking about.
I don't want to create false expectations either.
Are you stuffing something down there?
Well, it's just kind of bunchy this morning.
These go to 11. Holy cow! Woo. You do have the
that was
light
jarring.
of God coming in from behind you.
That's a halo. We'll move.
You are truly blessed, it seems.
Apparently this morning.
The chosen one.
I'll work on that during the break. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, Padres Smorgasbord, who are the less pricey free agents that could be appealing
now we're
to
talking.
the San Diego Padres. Now we are talking.
Who are the 25-year-old shirts that you could possibly bring to the table next year?
Absolutely. That is coming up next year on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3, The Fan. First, though, Woods and I want to tell you, hey, doesn't matter how long you've waited. It is still the right time to set your affairs in order. Get your estate documents done. Do it affordably. Do it without going to a lawyer's office by using trustandwill.com.
Yes, do that ASAP because if you've got a family, the peace of mind is really what you crave. You make so many plans. You give shelter. You get food. You do all these things. You want to make sure that your children are taken care of and your spouse taken care of after you depart this mortal coil. So go to trustandwill.com. Use the code radio20 when you check out to get 20% off of your trust or will.
If you don't have a trust, you could be leaving your family at the mercy of probate court, where they could not have access to your funds, your 401k, your properties for months and months. It's expensive. It's difficult, but it can be avoided with a trust that you can do simply, easily, and online by answering those series of questions at trustandwill.com. Again, use code radio20 at checkout. Get it done today at trustandwill.com.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
All right, the one exception to the Black Betty rule, during Take on Woods, you have to give the answer during the intro to Black Betty. Otherwise, you don't interrupt Black Betty.
Ever.
Coincidence, Paulie says.
Total...
That just came up on random rotation.
It's weird how it works.
After appearing in Take on Woods a moment ago. Thanks again to Marty for being our contestant. Earlier, we talked about the Padres' managerial news. I mean, not a ton of news other than Albert Pujols was back in town yesterday as one of the finalists. We don't know who any of the other finalists are, if there even are other finalists. It's possible that they have focused in on Albert Pujols as their final candidate and are just trying to figure out if they can get a deal done, or there could be still more interviews to come. There could be guys who are still coaching right now in the World Series that they want to talk to.
Yeah.
That won't be available until at least, Sunday. The World Series could last until Saturday, so it's possible the search could extend another couple of weeks if the Padres are looking at someone like a Don Mattingly, who's coaching with the Toronto Blue Jays right now. So
they always talk about, and I never know if this is an actual rule, if it's an unspoken rule. They say they don't like it when teams announce big moves on World Series game days.
They don't.
But it's not a rule
not a
that
rule.
They can't.
It's frowned upon.
It's frowned upon.
Yeah.
So if the Padres were to play along with MLB's wishes, I mean, the earliest we would get an announcement is Friday?
Friday.
yes, you could get a breaking news story if someone finds out.
Yeah, for sure.
Reporters are under no obligation to
Correct.
keep that news serious.
Sure.
You certainly wouldn't get an official press conference
But we haven't gotten anything
on a
the
World
reporters.
Series day. And my guess is because there's only one off day left in the World Series and it's tomorrow, probably not happening tomorrow. So nothing official is going to happen until at least next week at the earliest, I would think. But we might know who it is before then. There's certainly nothing stopping anyone from reporting it if they reach a deal. And no one's stopping the Padres from doing the business of the interviews and everything and making their decision at some point.
Why not? Why not scour the ends of the earth, right? Why not interview Don Mattingly? Why not interview somebody else on that that's on one of those rosters? Certainly. Like, why? I guess the only reason is you run the risk of some other team swooping in to snatch up Albert Pujols. But hey, man, if it's not the right gig and he wants something else, maybe he wasn't the right fit.
I always wonder, how much do you learn in an interview? It's not as though Albert Pujols is some unknown commodity.
Correct.
People know who he is, what he's all about. Is there some specifics that they might throw at him? Like, hey, some situations, how would you handle this? How would you handle that? Probably. Is that really the deciding factor, though, in who you're going with as a manager? Or have you already halfway made up your mind before you even begin the process?
I'd say maybe even more than halfway.
Yeah.
The interview, you can only lose it, I think, if you're a guy like Albert Pujols with your resume. You can only blow it.
If they wanted to hire Albert Pujols, you have to bring him in and make sure, okay, just confirm everything we thought we knew. And maybe you don't, and then you pivot to someone else or you can't reach a deal. But if you thought that was the direction you're going, my guess is Albert Pujols is not going to botch the interview horrifically and cost himself the job. So, yeah, if I was a betting man at this point, I would probably say I'd put money on Albert Pujols as the next Padres manager. He's the only one we know that has come back for a second interview at the very least.
Yeah, for sure. I'm still hearing a lot of buzz, I guess, from people that I know about Ryan Flaherty. And that one certainly doesn't excite me as much. And watch me be completely wrong, egg on my face. But Ryan Flaherty's been here. And somebody mentioned in the chat earlier, he was a part of two pretty big collapses. Wasn't he our hitting coach or assistant hitting coach when we really couldn't hit?
Like a field coordinator.
Well,
or
I thought
something.
he had an odd title, if I remember correctly.
He wasn't the hitting coach here?
I don't think he was ever officially the hitting coach.
He wasn't the assistant hitting coach?
Acting manager, bench coach. He was advanced scout and development coach for the Padres in 2020.
Yeah, listen.
In 2021.
And I don't know what it is about that. I don't know what it is about that I go, oh, no, I don't want that. But I did when I heard it, and that's just me being honest. Guy could be great. He could be fantastic. He could be the next big thing for all I know. I've got no idea. But it certainly doesn't blow my hair back like an Albert Pujols would. But you know what, man? Stranger things have happened.
And remember, the Cubs have done well with Flaherty as their bench coach.
Yeah.
There was no big collapse or anything this year.
True. Minor collapse, I'd say. They
didn't have as good. They didn't have as good of a second half, but they made the playoffs. They won a playoff series, if I remember correctly, as well.
They did win a playoff series. They did. They did.
Got one series further than the San Diego Padres did.
Yeah.
All right, let's check traffic, and then we will get into today's
bargain bin
version of the Padres Smorgasbord. Yeah, it is.
The bargain bin.
Next.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danek.
Traffic is brought to you by Toyota Poway, voted San Diego's #1 Toyota dealer by USA Today. Busy morning here, guys. Now getting reports of a collision northbound 5 past H Street. We've got a couple vehicles involved in this one. It's over the right shoulder. Tow truck is on scene assisting with that. Also an accident on westbound 54 before Briarwood Road. Couple cars involved. They're over to the right shoulder. Traveling east on the King Freeway before College. Watch out for some lumber reported in that right lane. North County ride's been tough. South 15 before Rainbow Valley. Accident involving car and a motorcycle. It's in the center divide. Up ahead, a crash clearing right before the 78. And another accident right before V Rancho Parkway. That's over to the right shoulder. And eastbound 78. Accident clearing before Twin Oaks Valley Road. Toyota Poway has been voted San Diego's #1 Toyota dealer by USA Today with APRs as low as 0% and tons of new Toyotas on the ground. No tricks, only treats during the Trucktober sales event happening now only at Toyota Poway or online at toyotaofpoway.com in the heart of San Diego. I'm Kelly Danek with Ben & Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Padres Smorgasbord.
All right, never mind.
Yeah.
Call it something else.
Yeah, your kids doing it yesterday.
Yeah, they love it. I love it.
That open just crushes in the ages 4 to 8
Yeah.
demographic.
Really
Hey,
does.
Demo Adams kids like it.
Yeah.
All the kids like it.
Yeah.
We are a kids show. as you know.
Of course we are, with no adult subject material ever whatsoever.
No, just tight pants and Dirk Diggler over
So
here.
we're basing the last couple of days' discussion on Jim Bowden's list of the top 50 free agents hitting the market in the next week, 5 days after the World Series free agency begins. So it's time to start doing some research. We went with the higher priced options out there yesterday. The money is no object, guys. Today we're going to look near the bottom of the list and see what potential bargains the Padres might be able to find in free agency, which, if we're all being honest,
This is the more
is
realistic.
where we kind of expect the Padres to be doing more shopping. Now, same needs apply. Padres need starting pitching. They need some power bats. Not a lot of power bats on the bargain bin. Do you have anybody in mind that you think could add some home run pop without costing a fortune in free agency?
Yeah, but you're not going to like it.
Really?
It's Trent Grisham.
Whoa. Whoa.
Do you believe that he could hit 30 home runs at Petco Park?
I just watched him hit 34, but it was
I've
at
also
Yankee Stadium.
I've also seen him not hit 30 home runs at Petco Park many times.
Hard pass.
Not going to cost you a fortune.
34.
Was he DHing?
What do you think about
Left.
You have
No, you got
Laureano,
Laureano.
Merrill, and Tatis.
this? Is a much riskier, a much more Nelson Cruzy option,
Oh,
but
no.
what do you think about Paul Goldschmidt?
Yeah, I saw. I mean, he didn't hit for great power.
He didn't.
In New York. I think
Only
he had
10
homers. 10 bombs. No.
Not enough. I don't love it either. That's why I'm saying that I think if you're spending money on the, on the bargain side, there are some pitchers to be had out there.
Absolutely. I think it starts and stops with Brandon Woodruff. For me, 2 years, 22, had a lat strain late in the year. But when he did come back off of his shoulder surgery, pitched really, really well. Well, this is a legitimate contender for comeback player of the year, 12 strong starts. The lat strain, which is that's not structural, right? It's a strain of your lat muscle. But yeah, they're talking for him 2 years, 22. I think that is you do that today for Woodruff.
And those are his estimates. I don't know if that's accurate. I
Right.
feel like there's probably going to be more competition for Woodruff, just knowing his ceiling is much higher than a bottom of the rotation guy. Padres will need to replace innings, though. With Dylan Cease likely gone, Michael King, potentially and maybe even likely gone as well, they're going to need to find someone who hopefully can eat some innings. Now, this is a risk, but a fairly cheap one, and a guy that I always liked when he pitched for the Milwaukee Brewers. He was with the White Sox and I believe the Tampa Bay Rays last year. Adrian Hauser.
I'm with it.
Is a name that is potentially available. Bowden had him 1 year, $4 million, which I think is, he only had a 4.79 ERA, but his other numbers were much better. He was 6-2 with a 2.1 ERA in his first 11 starts before the trade deadline. I always thought he looked like a pretty solid middle of the rotation guy
A year
when he
at
was in Milwaukee.
A year at $4 million is a no-brainer.
That seemed like nothing. If there are bargains like that out there, what the Padres need to do, and AJ Cassavell wrote about this yesterday at Padres.com, they need to find another Nick Pivetta.
Yeah.
Someone who they can land who is going to outperform whatever they give him in free agency this offseason. And I don't know why, but that name, Adrian Hauser, just jumped out at me when I was looking at the list of potential free agent pitchers that won't cost a fortune this offseason.
Yeah, there's always those guys that seem to slip through the cracks, if you will, the guys that can be had. And they're not complete and total reclamation projects either.
What do you think about Jack Flaherty?
Not much.
Yeah. He usually pitches a lot of innings.
He does. He will eat some innings.
Which is something the Padres do need. You just don't know. Put him with Ruben Niebla,
We're going to get Verlander, aren't we? 29 starts the dude threw, 152 innings, an ERA of 3.85.
Wasn't terrible.
$12 million. No brainer. 1 year deals for guys like that, I have less than zero problem with. None.
it's not quite budget, but somebody in the chat mentioned Zach Gallen. We talked about him yesterday. He's an interesting one. He made, I think he had 1 year, 13.5 was his last contract
And
this last year.
He's still in Arizona. He has a great desire to stay in Arizona. It's something that he said over and over and over. He one of the rare guys that could say, whatever you guys want to pay me. I want to be here. He likes playing for Torrey. He said it. He doesn't want to leave. Didn't want to get traded last year. Merrill Kelly's out there as well.
Could a reunion with Nick Martinez be in the cards?
Could be in the cards. That's one of those guys. Maybe we shouldn't have been so quick. Throw him in that Lugo category of not letting him go so quick. But Nicky Martinez was a bit of a Swiss Army knife for Tito and had a good year.
The bottom line is there is some pitching out there. AJ is going to have to make the right picks and be savvy, but he will be able to find some guys to add to the rotation during this offseason. The bats, though, are much tougher here in finding power bats. Is it one of the guys from Japan? There's the other Japanese guy. Forget what his name is, but he led the league in homer. Okamoto had hit 41 home runs at some point in Japan. AJ Preller is the evaluator. He's the scout guy, so hopefully he picks correctly as to who it's going to be. We talked about Murakami yesterday. He was my pick yesterday.
Well, having starting the season with your outfield already set is such a sigh of relief for me, right? Assuming everybody comes back healthy, Laureano, Merrill, and Tatis is as good of an outfield as you're going to find in the game of baseball. I'm very, very confident and comfortable there. Manny is going to be your third baseman. Xander's going to be your shortstop. Second baseman is going to be Cronenworth. You need a first baseman. You need a backup catcher, and you need a designated hitter.
Maybe Ryan O'Hearn, just bringing him back is the best possibility out there for the Padres.
Yeah, potentially. And I don't think he's going to break the bank either. I love that dude. I loved his ABs. I love what a dog he is. I love all of that. You can win a championship with Ryan O'Hearn. Can you win a championship with him as your full-time first baseman? I don't know. I'm not sure. But I like that dude a lot.
I'm curious. I was thinking about it yesterday. Whenever we talk about Michael King, we talk about it as if it's a foregone conclusion that he will be a free agent. There's a mutual option on the table. I think it's like AJ Cassavell, I think guesstimated 15.
Yeah.
1 year 15.
I think it was partly designed just so he could get the buyout on his arbitration year, so they wouldn't have to pay him this year. It was more for after the season, but
15 would be a raise for him that from this year to next year. Now, is there any realistic possibility where he goes, I'm going to take the 15 million, come back where I know I'm comfortable, have good people around me, come back and have a really good year, and then test free agency?
I think it's more realistic he would take a qualifying offer, which would be 22 million on the same 1 year deal, because the Padres might offer that.
Okay,
so
call it 22 then.
In that sense, I would say turn down the mutual option and think about the qualifying offer to rebuild some value.
I would love Kinger back for sure.
We'll be talking more about this. We got a Reindl Report as well next year on 97.3 The Fan. Well, college basketball tonight at Viejas Arena, second of 2 exhibition games for the Aztecs. They will host the USD Toreros, 7 o'clock. Interesting note, the Toreros, still with Steve Lavin as their head coach, had to replace their whole roster. Mark Ziegler wrote about it in the UT this morning. And college basketball has changed so much. And, Paul, you had this story, I think, in a Reindl Report recently about a G League guy who's coming back to the NBA, or from the NBA or from the G League to college basketball.
Yes, because of his eligibility.
So now all these European players, like pro-European players, are saying, I can make more money playing college basketball.
Correct.
And USD signed one of these. He's like a 22-year-old Serbian guy. He's basically an adult. He's like 4-year veteran of the pro leagues over there. And he's like, I can make more money in NIL. So now I'm a college student in America playing for USD.
Getting good NIL dollars at USD.
Good NIL dollars. They've upped their NIL game at USD. They opened their new facility, which is pretty impressive. I got to visit it when they opened it up. That's attractive. Yeah, this guy's name is Vuk Boskovic from Bosnia.
Nice.
So 22 years old. They were doing the media day. They said, what would you rather give up, social media or coffee? He goes, social media. I'm not giving up my coffee. I mean, this guy's an adult.
Grown man.
This guy's an adult grown man, 265-pound, 22-year-old, full beard.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even college basketball anymore. It's just we'll hire this guy from Bosnia to be on our college basketball team. It's a whole new world now. Brian Dutcher said, though, he doesn't really go that direction. He's looking for a certain type of player who wants to go to SDSU to improve their game, to be part of something bigger like a culture. It's not transactional. He goes, I don't know these guys from Europe. I don't know if they'll fit in here. I can't really check because they're so far away. So that's not the player he's looking for his program.
Makes sense. And probably doesn't have to.
But USD has to. They need to find someone anywhere. They went 6-27 last year or something like that. They need to find players.
I mean, look, as hard as NIL and recruiting and all that is, when you're Brian Dutcher, it's a little easier.
A little bit
easier. I know they're still, wanting
everybody
NIL.
likes to win.
Yeah, no doubt.
And he can sell winning, at least at San Diego State, where other programs have to take some more desperate measures. But those two teams will meet tonight, and then the Aztecs will start their regular season next Tuesday against Long Beach State.
Final tune-up, right?
Yep, final tune-up.
Here we go.
All right, let's get some headlines, stuff we missed in our first 3 hours. It is time for today's Reindl Report.
And get things started here with our today's edition of the Reindl Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Reindl Report with Paul Reindl.
Hi, Paul.
All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Reindl Report
Hey, Paul, how you doing? Okay, how are you?
on 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a yeah? Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Happy whatever
Wednesday.
day it is, Wednesday.
Halloween Eve.
I don't know about you guys. The off season in particular, the days all really seem to run together.
They do.
Lately.
They do.
I have never known what day it is. Yeah, during the season, you got Jesse Agler on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Eno Saris, it's Thursday.
Right.
It's these guestless off-season shows. I'm like, what day is it?
Challenging.
Yeah, a little bit. Let's see here. We got one sports story to start off with. We talked about this very briefly, probably on Monday is my guess, but Cam Scattaboo, the exciting rookie for the New York Football Giants, left their game on Sunday in Philadelphia with one of the more gnarly ankle injuries that you'll ever see. I happened to be watching Red Zone at the time when it happened, and just like any other play, Scott Hansen, hey, let's go over to Philly. There's an injury update. Let's bring that to you right now. And they cut over to the game. They did not get the message of do not show the replay of the injury on the broadcast. I guess the actual game's broadcast, they stopped showing it immediately or said they weren't going to. Red Zone did. I saw it. I almost vomited. His ankle was turned the exact opposite direction.
Bone through the skin.
Shut
Yeah.
your pie hole. dude.
It was here. It was
I
described.
didn't see it. I won't. I refuse.
Reporter for ESPN said the dislocation was of the open variety, meaning that there was an open wound or tear over the joint, which required him to have emergency surgery. So he was taken to a local hospital in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania Presbyterian Hospital, and this was a fun story. Now, after the good part of this story is that the Eagles have I don't know much about this guy. Big Dom DeSandro. He's like the chief of security. I think
he's like a character, dude.
Yeah, I think he was like the get back coach at one point on the sideline.
He's a full personality now. He's like Paulie. He's like Ronnie from the Stern Show. He's his own.
He looks like a Dom.
Yeah.
Like just big Dom. Like, yeah, that's exactly what I would.
Hey, doing.
And so, Big Dom, after the game was over, Eagles go on to win. He drove down to the hospital where Cam Scattaboo was having surgery. His family, whoever happened to be there, they're all there hoping for the best. And he showed up and he brought pizza and cheesesteaks, like authentic Philly food for the whole family. And he just said, hey, this is from the Eagles. Like, we love you, man.
Very nice gesture.
That is cool.
Very nice gesture.
And it does look like, at the very least, Scattaboo will be back next season.
Yeah.
Which you worry about when a injury is that bad. Like, is he even going to be able to get back next season? But they seem optimistic that
an injury like that, you're like, is he going to be able to walk normal?
Yeah.
Question for you guys as an aside. Speaking of cheesesteaks, how many times a week do you think about those two that we had?
Twice a week.
Me too.
I limit myself to thinking about it twice a week.
I can taste both of them. They were both elite. I think about it all the time. And I got one from Jersey Mike's maybe a couple weeks ago. And, I love Jersey Mike's, but I ate it. And
I had one like a month ago. I got the chicken cheese steak.
Yeah.
They got a new one with hot honey. It was pretty good.
I can do chicken now, but I don't think I can do the beef again after doing the actual Philly ribeye.
It's heartbreaking.
I had to like talk myself into walking into the store.
So good.
I was like, all right, it's been like 2 months. I think enough time's passed.
You cannot overstate.
I think I can try another one.
You can't overstate how good those were. The ones in the clubhouse, and then Angelo's.
Oh
my God.
That was the one that we went to on our on the way to the airport. Like on our way out, we're like
eating it on a dumpster, like because there's no table.
Yeah.
Later, post up here on this dumpster, and we'll just eat it. And
we're
it
like,
was.
Let's get one more before our trip home. And I think, as good as the ballpark one was, the secrecy is like you feel like you're in the club having that. But
Angelo's
I think
was
that
elite.
Angelo's
This is the
best.
seeded
And I don't
bun.
think any of us could finish it. We each got one. It was so huge. But I feel so guilty now that I didn't finish it because I would do anything to have the rest of
Did
that
we really get
cheesesteak
3
that
cheesesteaks?
I did not finish because I would just give me that last third that I couldn't put down right now. I could eat it.
You
Eat
would
it
see
easily.
it. Like a rabid dog. God, I do. I think about it about twice a week. Yeah. Was that good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
The seeded bun was
It's worth the flight to go back for one. I'm not kidding when I say that.
Yeah, outstanding. Okay, that's it for the sports. Good news. Good on Big Dom there.
Yeah, very nice gesture.
Let's see here. What else do we have? It's Halloween season is upon us, and I got a story here about the world's largest pumpkin.
I just saw it in Ben's pants earlier.
Yeah. Every year the record seems to be broken.
Why are you blushing?
Yeah, why aren't you?
Wear it.
Just wear it. Be proud. You should be really proud.
Really proud.
Why, how do you even own pants?
For real.
Like,
no wonder his pants ride up so short.
2 British twin brothers, they have been growing giant pumpkins for over 50 years, and they just set the newest world record for the world's heaviest pumpkin. This thing came down at 2,819 pounds.
Oh, that's a cheesesteak.
That's a cheesesteak.
You bastard.
They put it's like bigger than a car. Like they put it on top of a truck.
How do you make something grow bigger, though?
I don't know. Radiation. Doesn't that shrink it, actually?
I mean, you can have whatever, your fertilizers and your different techniques, but ultimately, isn't it just the genetics of the pumpkin is going to determine how big it gets? You can't just force it to
what?
How big it gets. You can't just force it.
That?
Yeah.
You can't just force it to grow like at gunpoint. Like
He has
grow or else.
one-track mind.
I've never totally understood
the giant
growing contest.
The giant.
I'm so good at growing. I also don't understand like fishing contests necessarily either. Like,
I just get really lucky
because they say, "Oh yeah, whoever catches the heaviest fish wins." It's not like you can see the fish that you're going for or anything. I mean, it's just a matter of kind of luck which one you pull up.
That's
right?
what we think, but I think professionals would tell you that.
And pumpkin growers would also tell you that there's skill involved in
These guys,
growing the larger pumpkins.
Ian and Stuart Patton, they are 64 years old. They have been growing supersized pumpkins and gourds since they were teenagers, over 50 years. Not only was the heaviest pumpkin ever recorded, 2,819 pounds, it was also the largest pumpkin by circumference, 256 inches. That's over 21 feet wide, like around.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
What is the purpose?
I don't know. They got a Guinness World Record now, I guess.
I'd like to jump through it. I have a building.
I do not want to carve it. That thing's not going to smell good.
Disgusting.
Inside.
And then I've got a story of nightmares here to wrap up the story. Did you guys see there was a truck accident in Mississippi, and the truck driver was transporting a bunch of monkeys, allegedly from Tulane University. And Tulane University ended up saying, yeah, they were here, but they're not our monkeys. They were another third party or whatever. And they were being transported, and there was an accident, and the truck flipped, and all of the monkeys escaped and got loose. And the vehicle driver transporting the monkeys told police when they arrived that the monkeys posed a threat to humans. They were aggressive. They had hepatitis C, herpes, and COVID, is what the driver told the police officers. So they go, oh no, this is a horrible thing that is happening right now.
This is how a horror movie starts.
This is a threat to
Outbreak.
any human in the area, and we don't know where these monkeys are.
Definitely don't have intercourse with these monkeys. Okay?
No,
just so you know.
Definitely do not do that.
Folks in Mississippi, I want to make it very clear. Do not engage in sexual intercourse.
Don't even make out with them.
Don't even touch them.
Each monkey, they said, weighed about 40 pounds.
If this was any other state, I wouldn't feel the need to be honest like that, but it's Mississippi.
The monkeys did not have the story doesn't end well for them.
So they're lab monkeys, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they were like about to be taken to a lab.
No wonder they wanted to escape.
No doubt. No doubt.
Unfortunately, the story doesn't end too well for any of the monkeys. Well,
they're gonna shoot them all.
They took out.
They
took out the monkeys. They had to, because the police department said, we were told that these monkeys are disease ridden and aggressive. They're 40 pounds. They're going crazy, and they're on the loose. Like,
so you get to work that day as a Mississippi animal control or whatever police officer, and they're like, "We got a hot one for you, Mike." You're like, "What? What is it?" Like, you're gonna have to go out and shoot a bunch of monkeys today. They all have
30 angry
they all
monkeys.
have herpes and COVID. Excuse me. What did you say? Yeah, they're riddled with the flu and herpes and COVID. You're gonna have to go kill them.
Hepatitis.
I can't do this, dude.
Wear gloves.
I'm not doing this.
It's a sad story.
It's
though.
awful.
I mean, monkeys are highly intelligent.
I know.
I know they are.
As close to human as you're gonna get,
sucks.
kind of, and that is really sad, actually.
The police department initially said that one of the animals was still missing in their first update, which was terrifying. And then they corrected it. They said, no. There's actually 3 monkeys on the loose. And as far as I can tell, there's still 3 monkeys on the loose.
So they didn't get them all.
They did not get them all.
There's a lot of misinformation going on around this story.
Yeah.
Mainly which they were actually not aggressive, or they might have been aggressive because of the accident. They actually did not have any diseases or anything. That's what the driver told the police officers.
Pet monkeys.
He thought he was transporting these monkeys that had experiments. I don't know.
There was a time in my life where I considered, just a fleeting thought of like, oh, it'd be cool to have a monkey. Like you've seen people that have monkeys as pets, right? My old place of business, a guy brought one in that was his pet monkey. And he said, I go, oh, that's cool. And like, I got to like, jumped on my shoulder the whole bit. I was like, this is amazing. Like, how cool is this every day? Because it's like the worst thing ever. It's like having a 3-year-old for the rest of your life. And they live a long, long time. He goes, imagine your 3-year-old never grows up ever. And you're still just wiping butts and They're throwing stuff, and you're like, your 3-year-old terror child never gets any older, never matures,
But smart enough to get into
everything. To get into everything. So a perpetual 3-year-old for the rest of your life. I think about Taylor, my 4-year-old, almost 5 next week. Him at 3 for the rest of my life would be almost impossible to do. You think I look old now? Holy cow. But, well, I hope those monkeys are okay. They find nice families in Mississippi. Good luck.
Oh,
Luck to all you
there's only
guys.
a couple left.
Couple left. Thank you, Paulie.
Yeah.
They're on the lam.
They are on the lam. It's a very disturbing story.
Find them checked into a motel somewhere, hiding out.
That was quite a flub you had, by the way.
I don't even know what I did.
It's unbelievable, especially with the topic of the day. It was actually unbelievable. Paulie will pull it.
Fair enough.
I don't know that we can play it, but Paulie will pull it for you.
Yeah. Well, let's take a time out. We'll check traffic with Kelly, and then we'll come back. We can return to the World Series as we get ready for Game 5 tonight between the Dodgers and the Blue Jays. Last game in Los Angeles this season. And then the series will shift to Toronto for Game 6 on Friday. That is coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
You do have multiple choices when it comes to card rooms in San Diego. You can hop in your car and drive 45 minutes, an hour out into the East County, park in a big parking garage, walk all the way through a casino, past slot machines, through the smoke, and get to the little back room and play some cards. Or you can make the short drive down the 5 freeway to Chula Vista to an upscale, smoke-free, slot machine-free paradise known as 7 Mile Casino. You make the choice.
You stole all my great lines. That's exactly right. Ben just summed it up for you. But they do have delicious food. And if you like California-style blackjack, which I do, go sit down, play a couple hands. You'll have a great time doing it. It's a cool place. It's airy. It's bright, right? It doesn't feel like a dark, dingy card room because it's not one. Great spot. Got a great view off of the patio in the back. Patio is beautiful, overlooks the bay. Just everything you're looking for in a night out, a day out, a lunch, whatever you need.
Sammy's food is great. Sammy's inside 7 Mile, their regular menu, their 24/7 players menu, and coming up this weekend, Saturday and Sunday brunch from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. voted best in the South County. Check it out this weekend or anytime. Head to 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
Hey player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open. Hey player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you.
Well, guests, I'm Ben Woods, appear on the David P. Shapiro fan hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control
Point at
of
me.
Sure. When I said I pointed at you when
He
I said
pointed
good
at me.
people.
Yeah.
Good people
Yes.
regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010.
I haven't.
It's at DavidPShapiroLaw.com.
I was so proud of myself on this trip to Arizona that I did not get one speeding ticket on the way there. I drove like him. Speaking of pointing, you would have been so proud of me on the way back. 65, 70. I go, I'm committed to not getting a ticket on this trip. Now, I was in Arizona, which means I'll get at least 3 tickets in the mail in the next week for something. They have all these secret little hidden controlled by aircraft.
You got the one speeding ticket in like Scottsdale. We're out there, and we know exactly where it was. It was in front of a 7-Eleven. There was a cop car, but it was a completely empty cop car. And they just had like a camera set up around there.
Just to get you if you were speeding. And it got me I came back to 2 tickets in the mail and 1 on the way.
They'll send you a ticket if your tires aren't inflated properly. It's Arizona.
It's Arizona.
It'll get you for anything.
I do think at one point I was driving around looking for the field, and I did have my phone in my hand to look at the map. Are they going to get me for that?
Probably.
Like texting and driving, potentially. I'm telling you, man, it is.
So people always move. They move to Arizona. They say it's cheaper price of living.
I'd get 700 tickets a year.
Which is somewhat true, but they get you so many other places. Like you rent a car in Arizona, $22 to rent a car, $400 in taxes to pay for their football stadium.
Right. It's crazy. It is. So I'm fully like
San Diego, it's $400 to rent a car and $400 in taxes.
Yeah, that's true. And no football stadium. You didn't even get a stadium on football team. I am fully dreading for the next. When am I in the clear? I would say.
How long before you get your
mid-November
mailed ticket
about
from
mid-November?
Arizona?
And I don't know that I did.
I don't remember. I told you guys like several months ago. I was running a yellow and I saw the camera.
Megan yelled at you.
The light. Megan yelled at me. I yelled at myself. I was like, I was in that middle ground. I'm like,
Del Mar,
I either have to slam on the brakes or gun it and get through this. And I know, exactly. I still haven't got anything in the mail.
But you moved.
I haven't gotten anything there.
Okay.
I know what my mail is every day. I got the forwarding, and
you better knock on wood. I am a wreck going to the.
I'm still expecting it. Like I fully, like I ran the yellow. It turned red. Yeah. I saw the thing flash, and I knew it was me. I'm still expecting it, and I will pay it.
It's possible if they don't get a clear shot. You know,
they always get a clear shot. They have your
it's
facial recognition in there. I'm telling you,
it's possible that you can get away with it.
It's been like 2 months, and I still haven't gotten. And I'm like terrified. I'm waiting for
bullet dodged, man. If that's the case, but yeah, I'm fully expecting it. I know of at least one yellow light I went through. I didn't see anything flash, but I was like, all right, man. Let's be careful on this drive. Let's really take some, and you start going through those desert spots and there's no car. And I drove back at night on a Saturday and dusk, right? And there wasn't a car on the road. And I like looked down at my speedometer and I'm like, I'm setting this thing at 75. Like speed limit was 70. I was like, I'm setting it at 75. I'm in no rush to get back. My wife was on a date. So I was in no hurry to get back with a Olympic athlete. So that was fine. I was in no hurry to get back and no tickets. No, I did not get pulled over. I did have to go through like 7 border stops though. 7 checks.
Really?
Yeah.
See, now my drive didn't have a single one.
Is that right?
But I was going more north toward Las Vegas.
Are you an American citizen? Yes, sir, I am. You're free to go. And they just let me on through. It's terrifying. I'm like, what? Do I have anything in my car? Probably. It's nerve-wracking. But I made it. No tickets. Thought you'd be proud.
Very nicely done.
It's the first time I've ever gone to Arizona and didn't get a ticket.
That's crazy. Come on.
It is.
First time?
Every time. Paulie knows. Paulie's been pulled over with me how many times? 6?
5, 6, 7.
It's crazy.
It's usually every other trip.
Every other trip, I get one. So
it's usually the same spot.
Same spot. Yuma. They get me in Yuma.
Yeah. If you've done the drive, there is nothing. Once you get out of the mountains, it's just desert until Yuma.
Yep.
And then it's another 2.5 hours after that. As you're getting out of Yuma, out of the city,
speed trap,
you're still flat ground for a while, and then you start to go up these little mountains, these little hills, and that is where Woods gets pulled over almost every time. Like you've been in Arizona for 5 minutes, and I remember the cop even said, the other side of the border they might be a little more lenient,
but not over here.
Not over here.
You were going 110. I'm going to give you one for 95. Thank you, sir, for being lenient on me. Thank you.
We will have Eno Saris tomorrow. Last time, I believe, during the baseball season for some smart baseball. We will still have baseball, though, no matter what happens tonight. We are going to a game 6 back in Toronto on Friday. So they're all going to have to get on a plane after the game tonight and fly on across the customs again for Dave Roberts. See if he can manage that, getting into another country okay, and any complaints on the off day. But tonight, it's going to be a rematch of Game 1 of the World Series. Blake Snell pitching against Trey Yesavage. Snell was okay until he wasn't and gave up the 9-run inning that gave the Blue Jays the win in Game 1. Yesavage was all right. Not dominant, certainly, but everyone gets a second look at the same starting pitchers now in the series, which is I think a pivotal moment in any series.
100%.
It's about adjustments when you're playing the team for the second time with the same pitchers.
Yeah, it's I think advantage again swings to the Dodgers. I do. I think Blake Snell, that last start notwithstanding, has been one of the most elite, next to Yamamoto, one of the most elite postseason pitchers this postseason. If the thing about Blake though, and we said this last time, he needs to get chase. If he doesn't get chase, the Blue Jays have a chance. If they start chasing pitches, pressing, they're toast.
They're not a chasey team.
They're not a chasey team,
which makes it not the best matchup for Blake Snell.
But the playoffs, people do weird stuff. You start doing things you wouldn't normally do. It's human nature. It happens all the time. Blake has a really good idea of where he wants to put the ball and when. And I would expect him to make some adjustments. I would. Savage is so young. I mean, he's so young.
He's now made more starts in the playoffs than he has regular season appearances in his career.
And I think if you're John Schneider, you just tell him, hey, kid, do what you do. Don't overthink it. These are hitters. Go out and get those hitters out. Don't go, just use your strengths, which is your split finger fastball on lefties. You choose those guys up and, pipe your fastball into righties. See how far they can hit it, man. Honestly, don't change anything. Don't make any major adjustments. But Snell, I think, probably has been in the lab trying to figure out exactly how to get these Blue Jays hitters out. They're probably going to be without Springer again. So it's going to take a bit of a grit squad performance from the Blue Jays to get it done.
The Blue Jays have already made this a much closer series than I expected.
Me too.
I now think that if you're a gambling sort of person, that the Blue Jays are offering much better odds. Tonight, minus 190 for the Dodgers, plus 165 for the Blue Jays. Overall in the series, minus 180 for the Dodgers, plus 150 for the Blue Jays. On those kind of odds, I don't think it's worth it at all to bet the Dodgers, but I do think there is some value there with the Toronto Blue Jays, who have 2 of the games at home. They win tonight, they're in great shape.
Yep.
I mean, they're in great shape going home with 2 games and 2 chances to clinch the series on their home turf. Even if they don't win tonight, you can't just give it and hand it to the Dodgers. It's not easy to go to Toronto and win. Padres got swept there earlier this season. Dodgers did win 1, but they got bodied in that first game. It's not easy to win in Toronto. So I don't think the series is over by any stretch of the imagination after tonight. Yes, the team that wins is obviously in much better position, but I think either team could come back in the last 2 games, even if they lose tonight's game.
Still think the Dodgers take it.
Overall, well, that's why they're heavy favorites.
Yep.
With George Springer out,
but
I thought that last night too. I looked at that lineup and I go, they came so close, and now they have no George Springer. They just can't get it done, and they got it done without him.
But you forget, everyone was talking about how tired the Blue Jays are, and they lost, and it's such a bummer to lose. The Dodgers were exhausted too. Will Smith caught 312 pitches the night before. They were a little gassed as well. Last night ended at a much better time for everyone, and so I think. Again, the Dodgers are the better team. Certainly, they are the better team starting pitching wise, and they have a much healthier lineup. Albeit they're not doing much right now with their offense outside of Shohei.
Well,
but
I mean, the bottom third of the order has been huge for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, massive.
Clement Jimenez, who's really a defensive guy, but he's had a solid postseason, huge home runs in the LCS, and then a huge knock last night to start that 4-run outburst. And the bottom of the Dodgers order has been pathetic. Pujols has done 0.
Yeah.
0 in the playoffs. Kike has cooled off massively in the playoffs. I mean, he did have the sacrifice fly last night, but he still went 0 for 3 with a strikeout. That's the big advantage that the Blue Jays have, is on the bottom of the Dodgers lineup and in the bullpen, which, the Dodgers look like they may have solved it with Roki Sasaki, but have those weaknesses. Treinen has started to fall apart again.
He's terrible right
Bonda
now.
has fallen apart again. The bullpen weaknesses are still a major issue for the Dodgers and could ultimately cost them the World Series.
You have to do exactly to Blake Snell what you did in the first game. You need 25 plus pitches from him in the first inning. You do that, you can win this game. Even if you don't score, you got to figure out a way.
You can't let him pitch 7.
Cannot let him go 7 innings.
Can't let him go 7.
No, because Roki's going 8 and 9.
Yeah.
Yep.
But if you can get him out after 5, which is Blake Snell, he certainly can.
Yep.
You have a chance in this game.
100%.
All right, we'll come back. Final segment of Ben and Woods. Probably spin the topic wheel. Have a relaxing finish to a Wednesday edition of the program coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? This spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Do you take life advice from Michael Jordan?
It's a good question.
I know, isn't it?
I would.
I feel like it might be a fool's errand to try to duplicate Michael's mentality.
Yeah, for sure.
He did his second session with Mike Tirico on NBC last night and was asked the question about load management. And he had some strong opinions about it and was very much against it, as you can imagine. He said, well, I never wanted to miss a game because it was an opportunity to prove. It was something that I felt like the fans are there to watch me play. I want to impress that guy way up top who probably worked his butt off to get a ticket or to get money to buy the ticket. I love the answer.
I think that's an admirable answer, but I also think if it was a commonplace thing in Jordan's era, I think even he would have been able to see, oh, I won 6. Maybe I could win 9. You know what I mean? Like if there's just going to be those years where it doesn't click. Maybe you don't have the right guys around you. And why do I need to? I don't know. We are different now. Things are different.
It's not simply a case of these guys are just lazy and they don't want to show up. The numbers generally show that guys who take a little time off will have more in the tank at the end of the season, will perform better late in the season and into the playoffs, as opposed to the guys who have, grinding it out for 82 regular season basketball games, 162 regular season baseball games. That there is, and Eno talks about it, especially with pitchers, but with hitters as well. There's a real wear and tear grind factor that causes diminishing performance as the season goes on. And if there's a way to mitigate that a little bit by taking time off, is that not just smart, successful strategizing with your career? And if you're a manager, like, I want my players playing well at the end. I don't care necessarily. I mean, the Dodgers have done it really successfully now 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Especially with their pitchers. It's only going to get worse in sports as the numbers bear it out. That's the way to go. That's the smart thing to do.
Yeah, it's a good point. Dominic says Jordan came in as a rookie with vets that did not care and were loafing. And he did. If you watch the Last Dance, I was amazed. He's like, man, these dudes could not care less about winning basketball games. He said probably informed his determination a bit as well. Yeah, for sure. And when you're that high draft pick and you come in and you look around, you go, oh, I can make this my team like right away. That can make this Michael Jordan's team. It kind of sets the tone.
He also talked about the famous flu game in the 1997 NBA Finals, Game 5 against the Utah Jazz. Sick, bedridden. He actually thinks it was food poisoning, not the flu.
He talked about it in
that as well. But he actually said, if I was thinking maybe I was just going to be a decoy out there, but once I got out there, you just kind of never know what happens. The emotions, everything took over, and then it was over, and he collapsed onto Pippen's chest. And legend was made for Michael Jordan that day.
Yeah, man. I mean, again, you're seeing there are some teams that don't have the luxury in Major League Baseball to do it like the Dodgers did it. Joe Kelly was on a podcast. I don't know if it was new or old, but it was with our buddy Rob Bradford. It's actually his podcast.
Baseball isn't boring.
And he was talking to Rob, and he said, oh, yeah, this is like fully strategy by the Dodgers. And it could have been last year as well. He said, there were times when I was with the team that I was 100%. And he'd say, okay, I'm ready. And it would be July. And they're like, you're not ready. And he's like, no, I'm ready. I'm 100%. They're like, we don't need you at 100%. We need you at 110%. And we only need you for about 3 weeks in October. And he's like, and they're like, and here's $36 million to do it. You pitching a lot, you're not good. He goes, they straight up told me to my face, you're not good. When we're throwing you out there, a few times a week, you're not good. We need you for 3 weeks in October, Joe. So I know you feel 100%. You're not 100%. We need you 110%. Okay. And so again, not every team has that luxury, Ben, to take $36 million and go kick it. Just kick it until October when we really, 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 really need you. A lot of teams will need that Joe Kelly to go out and go 3 or 4 times a week.
Dom says the NBA did actual tests. Load management gives zero benefit whatsoever. I don't remember a study like that. I can tell you that every moment you're not on the court is a chance where you're not going to get injured as well.
Correct.
Every extra moment you play is another opportunity to suffer an injury, which is inevitable, going to happen. But any time that you can spare yourself of that chance is also beneficial to your team and your franchise. So I don't know that I haven't seen that study, but I don't know that I believe it entirely. There are benefits to taking some time off.
But I think there's also benefits to playing every day. And the benefits of that are you get in a groove. Your body is kind of used to the wear and tear. Now, again, there are dog days in every sport, except for really football. It's all one long dog day. Like the football season is one long dog day. The practices are tough. They're not as tough as they used to be, but they are tough. The games are physically violent and brutal, like getting in a car crash every week. So that's just one long dog day season. Hockey, I don't know how these guys do it with the amount of abuse they take for 82 games as well. I really don't. But baseball, man, at 162, I'm telling you, like, I want to be able to find a delicate way to ask Manny Machado, would you be better served playing 130 games? Would it be better for you? Would it be better for the San Diego Padres if you were out of the lineup for 35 games next season? Planned days off, no DH, no nothing. Because I know getting off your feet is one thing. Do you think you would have a better year? Do you think you'd be more ready and rested for October, a run, so to speak, than playing 158 on one leg sometimes and with a, dangling shoulder or whatever it is?
I said it before. This isn't even a new strategy. When I was growing up, Sundays were for the B team. Always. You had your B squad lineup.
Yep.
4 or 5 subs would be in the lineup. The backup catcher, the backup second baseman, the backup center fielder, the backup third baseman would all get a start on Sunday every single week. Help them, get some playing time and stay fresh. And it got some of your regulars off their feet over the course of the year. Like every week. How many games is that? If you miss once a week all season long, that's 30 almost
yeah.
25 to 30 games off over the course of the year. And we're talking about 130 instead of 162.
Yeah, I just wonder. I wonder what it could do for a guy like Manny that's put so much mileage on his body.
All right, we need to check traffic one last time and then maybe one spin of the topic wheel to get us to the end of the program next year on The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by Toyota of Poway, voted San Diego's #1 Toyota dealer by USA Today. Busy wrap-up for our morning drive here, guys. Northbound at 5 before the 15. Collision involving a couple vehicles there over to the right shoulder. Another crash up ahead before the 163. This one's over to the right shoulder. And getting reports of a possible brush or encampment fire near the SeaWorld Drive off-ramp. Northbound 5, it's over the right shoulder. Also, southbound 5 accident clearing up right before Old Town. Eastbound 8 before College. Tow truck is helping to clear an accident. Everything's over the right shoulder. Also, watch out for what looks like some sort of tarp in middle lanes. Westbound 8 just before the 15. Also, northbound side of the 805 right at the northbound 15 connector. Tow truck is helping to clear crash involving a couple vehicles. Toyota of Poway has been voted San Diego's #1 Toyota dealer by USA Today with APRs as low as 0% and tons of new Toyotas on the ground. No tricks, only treats during the Trucktober sales event happening now only at Toyota of Poway or online at toyotaofpoway.com in the heart of San Diego. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Long traffic.
It's very long.
A lot of long traffic updates this week.
It's been busy. All right.
This might have been put into the topic wheel before Ben did it on a Padres roundtable not too long ago. But who is your favorite stand-up comedian right now?
Yeah, you stole this from the
topic wheel. I don't get to see the topic wheel.
You broke in and you stole
I am not allowed to see the topic wheel topics.
Yeah, do another one.
All right, spin it again.
Wait.
What is the dumbest way that you have ever injured yourself?
Oh, Ben had.
We know Ben's.
Yeah.
Tell it
Cheering
again.
a Padres game from my couch. I believe it was against the San Francisco Giants in 2010. I was a double down the line. I want to say, can't remember who it was, but I jumped to my feet from the couch and tore my calf muscle. I heard the snap. I mean,
yes!
the rubber band like feeling that they talk about, like shot in the back of the leg, went down in a heap.
Sniper in the back of the leg.
It was awful. I was on crutches for a couple weeks and didn't need surgery, fortunately, but it was not pleasant.
Dumbest way I've ever injured myself. I've had sports injuries, certainly. We jumped. We used to jump. There was my driveway in Texas at one of the homes we lived in had a tie wall, and it dropped maybe 6 feet down into my neighbor's yard. And there was no fence in this one area, like where the driveway was, off a tie wall into their backyard, directly into their backyard. We used to jump our bikes, like a 6 foot drop when we were probably 11 or 12. Yeah, really cool. And I jumped it, hit on my front tire and flipped over and got stitches in my chin. And that was, I think I lied to my parents. Like, I fell off my bike, but I didn't say no. We were jumping the tie wall, like the 6 foot drop in the back. I say 6 feet. It was probably 4,
Still feels pretty gnarly.
Yeah, it was pretty dumb. I did a lot of dumb stuff. Jumped off of a roof onto a trampoline and hit a fence and banged myself up pretty good.
That seems even more dumb,
Yeah,
actually.
we're pretty
Pauly,
dumb, man.
Not a lot of dumb injuries that I can remember. The worst was probably 5-6 years ago. It was our start of our second trip out to Padres fantasy camp. So I knew a little bit what to expect, but super excited for the week to come. And the very first night, we meet up at a restaurant near the hotel and they do a welcome dinner and everything. I don't think you were even here yet. You were showing up
baseball.
The next day.
Yeah.
And I was walking back to the hotel, did not have a single drink or anything. Walking back to the hotel, though, after leaving the parking lot of the restaurant, I just didn't see the curb or the sidewalk ending, and I rolled my ankle The night before we suit up for the first day of fantasy camp, I rolled my ankle so bad I could barely walk. Randy Jones saw the whole thing and laughed
What
at
happened to
me.
you, you big P word?
And you're just like, cool, I've been looking forward to this week.
Yeah, for months.
Excited to play some ball all week.
Now
and
my
I just
ankle's
broke
purple.
my ankle.
Yeah.
Diesel wins in the chat. He says, tore my groin riding a mechanical bull.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did tell one on the live stream, but that was for the live stream only.
Which, by the way, we got a gold member stream tonight around 7 o'clock. We
Good
will
time
see
to
you
join.
there. If you're
Yeah.
a gold member, you can join before and join us for a little Ben and Woods After Dark at 7 o'clock tonight. Braden's up
Oh.
next. We will be back tomorrow morning for the rest of you at 6 a.m. For Paulie, for Woods, I'm Ben. Have a great rest of your Wednesday from all of us here at 97.3 The Fan. So long.